What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. What was that? What was that reaction, Jason?
Waking up.
What's going on? Welcome back to the Council of Reeds. We're back in the shop to record this week. I'm Dylan, here with Jason.
G'day.
Nitin.
Hey.
And Dave.
This light's too bright.
Is it there?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. If I look down here, it's okay. But then I look bad into it. Oh, man,
Generally, looking directly into lights is not
no,
a thing to do.
Doesn't help.
No, it never helps.
No.
I thought you were not drinking last night.
No, just... I don't know.
You didn't get home and just start.
I don't think I got good sleep, that's all.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just the four of us this week. One man down. Fommy. Congrats to Fommy.
Yep.
Just got married yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Saturday, which was yesterday for us.
Now get back here. Who's going to carry this pod?
Anyway, congrats.
Yes.
Yes.
It was a great night.
Had a good time.
When there's beer and Jason involved,
What's not to like?
it's always a good time.
We didn't get too wet.
Yeah, it was only the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think for how the week's been,
Yeah.
couldn't really argue.
Okay, this week's comics, featured comics, Rogue Sun and Strange, number one.
Excellent.
We've also... I should probably ask before we start recording. Do you watch The Boys?
Yeah, I watched 4 episodes.
Okay, cool. We're going to talk about The Boys because someone's watched it.
Nobody else watched it?
No.
No.
Didn't talk about it.
Season 2 of He-Man and Masters of the Universe, the computer animated 3D
The good one?
The good one. Not the other one.
Is it Kevin Smith one?
Nah, the good one.
Yeah, the good one. We just said the good one.
There's a season 2 of it?
No. The kids one. Not the Kevin Smith one.
The one where it's like Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that came out as well, and I smashed the whole thing in one night because it was awesome.
You're just a beast. They're like
Well,
25-minute episodes, bro.
I couldn't help it. It's Power Rangers and He-Man put together.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, and we also checked out. Well, 3 of us checked out because Dave's a slacker. The Batman, and we'll be going on
We'll have
about
some
that for a while.
discussions about that.
Yes. Okay, and my film Flashback, we're going to discuss. Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, Nitin's favourite movie.
No, it wasn't.
The greatest video game movie.
No, I didn't like
Oh,
it.
you
And I'm
loved
gonna
it
punish
way
you for
more. You loved it way more than Ready Player One.
I didn't even watch that shit.
That was terrible. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, comic books. Let's
Alright.
get into it.
Let's go with something a bit different. Menu, brand spanking new. Rogue Sun. Spin-off out of the Radiant Black universe.
Yeah.
I thought this was really good.
It was interesting,
You know,
yeah.
like, nothing mind-blowing, but really solid first issue. So, Rogue Sun is a superhero in New Orleans. Spoilers. He dies at the start. And so he's
It's interesting because he shows up in Supermassive, the crossover.
the young one or the old one? No, the old one.
The old one, yeah. He shows up in Supermassive. That was a crossover between, obviously, Rogue Sun,
Yep.
Radiant Black, and a new book that's coming out later, Inferno Girl Red. Isn't that just the most Japanese title ever?
Yeah, that's a bit much. But so in this one, yeah, Rogue Sun dies, and then his estranged son.
No, his Rogue Son.
Hey!
Yes.
Like the time.
I'm here all night.
He gets in the will. He finds out his dad was a superhero, and he gets the
Yeah.
mantle basically.
A bit predictable till you get to the very, very last page
Yeah,
where you see that there's an image.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to spoil it, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a big spoiler. You pick
Okay.
that show.
Yeah.
But I liked it because I don't know what's the kid's name. Do you know what the kid's name
Oh,
is?
who cares?
Oh, is it Dylan?
Yeah, it is.
I was going to point it out to Fommy.
Yeah.
His name's Dylan,
Yeah.
and he's got like a half brother. His name's Brock.
Oh, it is.
You
too.
didn't notice that?
Yeah.
Like in Pokemon?
Oh, the half brother. He was a bit.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a Damian Wayne.
Well, because Dylan is not a likable character.
Yeah, he's like a douchebag.
That's
He's
what
a
I probably
bully.
enjoyed
Yeah.
the most.
You're alright.
Thank you. Why, thank you.
I think that's the
It's
thing I
alright.
probably like the most. Because otherwise, it is a bit generic-ish, but in a good generic way. But the little spin that he's a bit of an asshole with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah. He's a douchebag to the kids at school. He's a
Yeah.
douchebag to his mum. He's a... Yeah.
Oh, when the lawyer rocks up, his first instinct is the kiddie bullies suing him. You're like, man.
Did Dylan or Brock?
Dylan.
Okay.
The Brock kid is spoiled little brat as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
why
thought
do
he
you
was going to be the one to get it.
Right.
Not happy.
What do you
Something
think the
like that.
father left that family for the spoilt family? You know, I just gotta wonder.
Actual marital
Yeah.
problems, maybe.
Money. Well,
Oh yeah, that's right. Because it was the
her
wife's
family
money.
that
Yeah.
was like, obviously he was a successful lawyer or whatever he is, right? But she's clearly got big money.
Old man.
Yeah. But you know, who knows what?
Yeah, sure. She's the villain. You'll see her in issue 10.
Yeah, it'd be interesting what happens. But yeah, I thought it was a good, fun little. I'm just really glad to see Image doing some superhero books again.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's not your more traditional superhero. It's like it's Power Rangers, like Super
Yeah.
Sentai inspired. When he transforms, he says "Rogue Sun."
Yes,
and then,
yes. Yeah, that
Like-
double page spread, right? It is just Power Rangers. I like his costume, his look, and
Yeah,
It
he's
does
really
look
cool.
pretty cool.
yeah, it's a cool design. Yeah, it's just really fun.
It's a bit like Azrael.
It's pretty solid.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
And yeah, the last page definitely made me go, "Ooh, I'll check out issue 2 now." Like,
Yeah.
what's going on there? Or might not be what it seems, so to speak. But yes, not bad. And the best bit, did you read the guy's write-up?
No,
Yeah.
I forgot.
That was probably one of the bits I really liked. The end of the writer basically giving his secret origin of when I was a kid, you know, I loved McFarlane and Larson and Spidey and the Lee and Liefeld X books, and then they left and made their own company. I was like, you know, getting in the ground
Yeah.
floor, rah. And he's like, I want to be an artist, drawing, making my own comics. Then in college I realised I was not good enough or whatever. So he switched to writing. He writes TV and stuff. And then his college mate was Higgins, who writes
Culligans.
the other books. I was like, hey, you should come write books with me. It's fun.
Because before this, Ryan Parrow is his name. He wrote I think Go-Go Power Rangers. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And Higgins also wrote Power Rangers.
Yes.
He wanted to do Radiant Black, and now Parrow's doing Rogue Sun.
Yeah.
So just nepotism.
Yeah, big time. Big time. Because, like, he just tells him, like, oh, man, come. Image will give you your own superhero for sure. like, yeah, it's not 1996. Image just give away books. You got a pencil. Ooh, here's a title. That was good. Alrighty, next up. Strange issue 1, the new era of the Sorcerer Supreme. Clea, Doctor Strange is dead. Clea is the new Sorcerer Supreme. What do you think, boys?
I like the story.
Yeah.
The art was not great.
Like, it's not terrible, but I think that's the worst bit. It's just that, art?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
not super offensive.
Yeah, some panels are great. Some panels are just like.
Yeah.
But
But it's not detracting enough to
No, because
annoy
the story was
Yeah.
good. There was a lot of bullshit exposition that I
yeah.
guess
Oh,
if you're picking up for the first time,
including this character here that you didn't like, you know, like.
That was the best page.
Yeah, I know.
the Doom stuff, yeah, like
That was good.
it's like it's mine, give it here. But like just new reader exposition, which was
Yeah.
I guess
if you didn't
necessary
read the
for
Death
just
of
picking up.
Minnie,
Yeah.
100%.
But the story was cool. I like an underground market, like
Yeah.
fantasy underground market, like in Hellboy 2.
Yes.
That was
That's what I
great.
was thinking
Yeah.
straight away. Hellboy 2, right?
I like that she just went
Yeah.
killed them all.
Yes.
That was my favorite
That'd
part.
be,
Yeah. How different she is to
to
Strange.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
I didn't like sort of Wong just you just killed them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
with-
Wong's a bit sus, but like, you know?
Yeah. The ending bit was interesting.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Like overall, I dug the book.
Yeah.
This art notwithstanding,
Yeah.
it was a good book.
Because
I like the story.
I like Clea. I always have liked Clea in the few interactions I've had of her in the Strange over the years.
Yep.
But I wasn't overly sold on. I'm like, I just want a Doctor Strange book, right? Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, just how different she is and why. Like, because Doom comes and be like, why are you Sorcerer Supreme? Because it's Sorcerer Supreme, like, and she's like, oh, my husband left it to me. Like, that's not how it works.
Yeah, dude's like, that's not how it works.
Yeah, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
And then, like, when she sort of got her 3 reasons with a secret 4th reason why, I'm like, ooh, yeah, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
So I need to at least check out the arc and find out what's going
I did
on.
like Doom's like, I want to go to the Vishanti, and she's like, the amount of stuff Strange has done for this Vishanti, you're not gonna take your side,
yeah,
buddy.
yeah.
I like that bit.
I like Clea, like just her character, because I'm not familiar with her.
Yep.
And I didn't finish reading Deathhold.
Yep.
So like, as a start on new comic, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I like her. Always liked her too.
Yes. Because she's,
Like you get who she is, like just from like this comic alone, you get her character
Yes,
pretty much, you know.
I don't want to say she's bitchy, because that's not right. But
Yeah,
she's
I know
definitely
what you
a
mean.
little
A bit
self-confident and...
A bit sassy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, she don't care what it... Like, because, she's bloody evil back, like, the Flatline or whatever they are. And
Flatline.
Uncle's Dumomo.
Yeah, 14 or
Yeah.
something.
14. I read it as Flatline
Yeah,
the first
yeah.
time as well. So what was
They
that?
mentioned like 1,000 times in there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Uncle's Dormammu, her
Yeah.
mum's something else.
So
Yeah.
she's definitely got a bit of a chip on her shoulder, and but it was pretty fun, first issue.
Yeah, I liked it.
Alrighty, what else we got this week? Also, issue 1, Devil's Reign SpiderMan this time, of the Devil's Reign event. This is
How was
not
that?
too bad, actually. This is the last thing I read before coming up here to record this.
Which Spidey's in there?
It's Ben Riley.
Okay.
You can tell by the lopsided
So,
spider. on
In the
his-
in the last issue of Devil's Reign, he gets bashed by Taskmaster and Whiplash, I think it was, and captured. And then the Thing and Human Torch break him out. So that's that's how this starts. They've just
Oh, cool.
broke him out and dropped him off, and then they drop him off and fly away, and then he gets captured again. But it's like, because they're like, you're under arrest, it's like, you just let me go. But they're not really the proper Thunderbolts. They're working for the Rose. That he's Thunderbolts. Because it's
Is it Rose?
the Rose is Kingpin's son.
Okay.
Always was.
Wasn't he dead or something?
Yeah, he back.
Oh, okay.
Everyone's back. It's not bad. Like, and so like, they want to find out who Spider-Man is, and they capture some dude from Beyond, and it was just a one shot. Not a lot to go into. If you've been really enjoying the Ben Riley stuff, it's not a bad little detour. Maybe not necessary, I don't think. If you necessarily,
Devil Reign.
huh?
So it's not necessary tie into Devil's Reign?
No,
Like most of them aren't.
no,
anyway,
100%.
Nowadays.
It's just a, just a little bit of just Spidey, and he's because obviously Spidey, Kingpin, whatever, but
Yeah.
it's not proper Spidey, so to speak. So, and the Rose, like it was good. I liked it, but not the most important one shot of a tie-in, I wouldn't think. If anything, maybe little hints of some stuff that'll maybe finish up in the Beyond, but the Beyond's not finish. I've got to catch up on that. But yeah, it was not bad. Alright, next up, we'll go into a little bit more Devil's Reign-ish stuff. It's not quite, but it is. Daredevil Born Without Fear, number 3. So this one, I think maybe spoils what happens in next week's Devil's Reign.
I heard about that.
Yeah, so that's maybe some good work there, Marvel.
Yeah, I guess.
And like maybe a big one, if is true.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's just Elektra, and it's being what's been building up in the Chip Daredevil run, and her and Matt together, and the Hand, and blah blah blah. Her fighting Kingpin. So fine. But the end then has a few pages that lead into the new Punisher that's coming this week.
Oh.
So if you want to check out the Punisher, his new role with the Hand, it begins here.
Interesting.
Like that's going to be the first appearance of the new costume, so to speak, and the new symbol. So yeah, which makes sense, right? The Hand and Elektra, that there'd be a connection there. I'm not quite sold on how I'm going to take to this Punisher idea, but
That's understandable.
Jason Aaron did a great job on Punisher in
Max.
his Max run was
Yeah.
the only other good Max run besides Ennis.
Yeah. Well, I feel that that's the proper Punisher, and that's the proper end of the Punisher.
Yes.
I don't like when they read the Punisher in the proper U, where he was like, there's this.
Yeah, he's moved him up to.
Yeah, like
Staying
modernized him.
alright.
Like, I don't care.
100%.
I'll give this Punisher a shot because I always like Punisher.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
And like, obviously, we won't get into the symbol rubbish or whatever. But also, it's not just that. Like, I think you do got to shake the Punisher up every now and then. It can't just be fighting mobsters.
Yep.
You know, like it gets a bit repetitive. So, why, when they've done this before with the Frankencastle and the Angels
Angel.
and Demons, like, it never really goes long because it's never usually great. But Jason Aaron...
But those ones were like more supernatural sort
Garbage.
of thing, garbage. But like this is more
And-
less supernatural. This is like he's just fighting ninjas instead of mobsters.
Oh, well,
Part of the ninjas.
yeah. But I think it's also a part of the idea is it might be sort of tying back to Ennis and Bourne.
Oh,
Right? You know how there's
Yeah.
darkness and
yeah.
the beast?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. Speaking of that, new Ennis book announced. New Punisher.
Oh,
Vietnam setting. No date yet, but
Ooh.
coming this year.
God, they're so good.
Well, like before Punisher started getting put in the drawer for a while, there was announced that there was going to be Ennis was coming back
Yeah.
with another book after the last one.
The last one was Soviet.
Soviet, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
One
awesome.
to come after, and then it got
Yeah.
put away. But yeah, I've seen announcements this week. I didn't see a date yet, but yeah, new Ennis Punisher sold.
Yeah.
In them,
Especially in them, yeah.
please.
Man, that Soviet book was so great.
Yeah, that was sick.
He just writes the best Punisher.
I generally
And like,
can't read
Ennis
Punisher, not
writing
him.
war stories is what he excels at.
Yes.
Like with the Iron and the Eagle, whatever
Yep.
it's called. That book was excellent.
Yeah.
Just a straightforward war story. So good.
Alrighty, next up, one of my favourite books at the moment, Chip Zdarsky. Goddamn, writing everything. Newbern, he's been great. We've talked about it before. He
Hickman's smart.
works for the mobsters. He solves all their problems. He's the mob police enforcer, basically. Anybody read this?
No, I don't. I've not really. I think it's just uniforms.
Spoilers.
I'll make for a trade.
This time, a copper's been shot and killed, and the cops, like their beneficiary fund or whatever,
Yeah.
they were like, "We're going to employ you," and he's
Ah.
like, "No.
Yeah.
My other employers are not,
Yeah.
not going to
That's-
have
yeah,
that." And he's like, well, yeah, you are, because
We'll take it
well,
down.
yeah, you know, and whatever. So he does, and sort of. Yeah, this is good. Like, I really like. It's just a good book, just crimey sort of stuff, but a bit of fun. Yes, but yeah, he definitely Newbern didn't take to being sort of strong armed by
Yeah.
this pension policeman dude. So yes, he fixes him up, sort of thing. Doesn't really, I think, get the job done the way he expected. So that's great. If you like your crime stuff, can't say enough about Newbern. Should be a TV show. Alrighty, I will skip that one, Netton. I'll leave that to last.
Oh,
Like,
for
the main
sure.
event. Alrighty, Black Panther 4. You read this?
I did.
This is good.
It's so good.
Like,
Like,
after so long of having not a good Black Panther book, I was so excited for this. But I was a little, I don't know, at first. But the more it's...
yeah, like,
It's good.
yeah, someone's taken down his sleeper cells around the world.
Oh,
that
yeah,
Where he was
only,
there to assassinate people.
yeah, like that he knows about, sort of. And then, they go to Mars to meet his ex-wife, Storm.
Yeah.
That stuff was great, but only weird for me because I didn't know about it. I think that was the last issue.
Did you know about the Mars thing?
Did you know about the Mars thing?
Yeah.
No. And maybe I did, and I just forgot about it because I wasn't reading.
Well, they have like a gateway there.
They terraformed Mars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was the issue where they did it was great. Like all the certain powers, like Magneto using it to do this and this. It was a crazy issue. And she's like the regent or whatever
Yeah.
of Mars.
And and Shuri sort of figures out maybe these assassins are Wakandan trained,
Yeah.
or maybe Wakandan themselves.
Yeah.
That bit was interesting.
Yeah, very.
Wasn't that apparent from the first issue though?
No, because
No.
his sleeper agents were getting knocked off.
Yeah.
So someone's killing Wakandans.
Yeah.
So but yeah,
Like
who,
the political-
who it's leading
yeah.
to is like
Yeah, and you got the side story of like this was from the Black Panther one shot or something that came out recently before this. What was it? Black Panther anniversary.
Oh yeah, the annual or something.
Yeah, about the Amish story,
Yes.
sort of, like and then the political intrigue about the democracy and how it's not really. It's teething problems
Of course.
because it's a brand new thing for a monarchy.
100%.
That is going democratic.
Because
That-
the one thing in the book I was definitely not sold on. I'm like, why can't Black Panther, I get It's a bit dictatory and whatever, but it just reeks of America pushing their shit on everybody
Yep.
else. You know, I'm like, man, if the people are happy, obviously there's always going to be people that aren't happy with the regime or whatever, but generally, Wakanda was pretty prosperous.
Yeah, it was working for a long time. It wasn't like he was a brutal Doctor Doom style dictator.
But, you know, it is what it is. But the fact that they're showing you that it's not been a smooth transition, that the Prime Minister's having problems, and some parts of the Parliament...
That sounds so
some of the... there's so much political... Which I think this is the way Panther works the best, when there's a lot of political undercurrent.
It should be.
Yeah. You know, he's a king of a country,
king,
right? So, yeah, the one tribe that wants to go backwards sort of thing.
They want to go back to King Panther, King T'Challa.
Okay.
So there's definitely fighting. And you just get little bits of it along the way, not a lot.
Because then this one was like a couple of pages in this issue. The rest of it was just the assassins and finding out who's trying to... Who's killing the
But then,
sleeper agents.
The Prime Minister's having secret meetings, basically, right? Like that's...
cool.
With the White Tigers, essentially, right? Not the White Tigers, the... What do you call it? The Hatazari or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Like, if you like your political stuff, but at the same time, not real world necessary politics, but just real politics of machinations of how things would work. Pulling out all the big ones today. Yeah, it's a good book. I really enjoy it.
I'm digging Panther at the moment.
Because I'm very intrigued on who the assassins are.
Who they're working for.
Yes.
It's good to see that it's going strong again.
Yeah,
because
it really
felt
was.
like it's been such a long time.
It was. It was. It was like 5 years or something, I reckon. At least 4 years he was writing. Because he had 2 runs, a 12-issue run and then a 25-issue run. So there's 3 years at least, and it wasn't always regular.
It took forever, the last handful of issues, man.
So, you know, whatever. Alrighty, let's go. She-Hulk number 2. This was a comic.
Anybody else read this?
I read it.
What'd you think? You really liked the first issue,
I did. That's why I picked the second issue up. Because of the Black Jack of Hearts stuff.
Yes. That was good in that.
Yeah. I'm interesting. I just want to see how Jack of Hearts returned.
Yes.
And what and it just seems like it's different. It could be maybe a clone.
Yes.
Because he keeps saying he doesn't want, he never eats, never drinks, doesn't sleep.
And then he's just guzzling water.
He's going, drinking, eating, sleeping in this one. So, and he was captured in the tube somewhere.
Yeah.
So that bit's interesting. I want to see where that's going.
What I don't understand is it because it's different, or are they purposely trying to retcon his? Because he blew up.
Yes, I know. But that's the thing. He doesn't remember blowing up.
Yes, because it's like he left. That's why I'm like, is it because he's different or whatever, or are they trying to say he didn't? I don't know.
I think they're trying to say he's different because the true bit at the end, last page and all that. So yeah,
because they reference what happened around that time where he was over.
His radiation was over.
He was overboard. He was gonna explode, sort of thing. And Tony would build him a suit to contain it, and blah blah blah. And he had to get locked up, and that was all discussed in this, and that was what was happening at the time. But when Disassembled happened, and Bendis came in, he blew up the man. Like that's why the mansion blew up. It was him that blew up. So yeah, how?
Like Wanda did that, right?
Yeah.
So none of that's mentioned in there. So
he'd already died. Did he die?
He did. He exploded, didn't he?
Yes, but he'd already been gone, and she brought him back because they're like, "Oh, Jack, what are you?"
Right.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't.
Yes, been so long.
Yeah. Because I like Jack of Hearts. That's why I'm picking it up. Like.
Yes.
I don't think I would have picked up second issue if he didn't rock up in the last page.
Yeah,
of the first
for sure.
one.
But I didn't think it was a great issue. Nothing really happens except for talking. The
Yeah.
Jack of the Heart stuff is very intriguing.
Yeah.
But for a She-Hulk book, not really that interesting.
Yeah.
They said she just sits in her apartment and goes to the office for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's just getting the Jack of Hearts stuff sort of out of the way. The main bulk of it, so that they can get going between the stories. Because the last page was interesting.
Yes.
So I'll keep going just to see.
Yeah, the last page was very interesting.
Where the Jack of Hearts stuff is going.
Same.
And I like Jen when she's lawyer. Like the series, her main series before this, where she was doing lawyer stuff with Star Fox and covers.
Yeah.
That stuff was good.
Yeah.
When he became Super Hulk in the Avengers and all that, it's like,
interesting.
So I just want to see Jen lawyer Hulk.
Yes, I was a little worried when they announced the new She-Hulk that how are they going to take the fun away from her and because the previous series before she went She-Hulk Super Hulk. She was the depressed, I'm going to bake a cake She-Hulk when she was grey. And, like, there's a whole issue where she just bakes a cake because she's depressed. And I was like, I don't want it to be... And, like, you know, the art style and the writing team. And I was like, it's going to be a bit like one of those sort of more imagey style sort of thing, so to speak. But first issue I liked. This one, I really like the Jack of Hearts stuff. But I would have liked a bit of action in the book.
Yeah.
For a She-Hulk book.
Yeah,
you want some
I want to
fighting
see her
and
punching
stuff.
somebody,
Yeah.
right?
See, that's my... I like this She-Hulk. I just like a she giant green person doing law.
Yes, yes.
I like that stuff. And you, if she was still in the Avengers proper,
Yes.
you can have, or maybe West Coast, you know, just
I
as this She-Hulk, not bulk
yes,
She-Hulk,
yes.
do the fighting in that book, and you know, just have little lawyery adventures in her.
See, that's I think if it's not the comedy side's not there in this, it's a bit too straight.
Yeah.
With, like, cause I know what you mean, but also like I'm down for an issue where you get a big talky issue or whatever. But it's issue 2, man.
Yeah.
Issue 2.
I think I can
punch.
I can deal with that because of Jack of Hearts and his
It's a lot of explaining to do, right?
I can deal with that.
I'll give it a pass.
Yeah. We'll see how it keeps going.
Yes.
How it keeps going.
Alrighty. Radio Spaceman. Who read this? Anyone
I
read
read
this? Was this good?
It was alright.
That's a title, isn't it?
Yeah.
Radio
Spaceman.
Spaceman.
Mignola's-
Mission to Numa 4.
Mignola writing a space book, I guess. It was great. It's only a 2-parter. It's
cool.
There's like a dude who's in a space station, sends a robot version of himself on a rescue mission on another planet.
There's some nice ugly artwork.
Yeah. I would have liked for him to draw it, but he doesn't draw
Course.
nowadays anyway. There's Lovecrafty stuff, because it's Mignola. He can't help himself. It's an interesting first issue. It's only 2 parts. I might grab both of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, the art's very nice. I don't mind the art.
Yeah, I like it.
The story's-
It's ugly. But intentionally ugly. And there's a lot going on in it too.
I like the aesthetic. Like
That's his aesthetic. He loves that sort of... I don't want to say steampunk, because it's not really steampunk.
Yeah,
but
it's
I know.
like future tech, but it's like primitive looking.
yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like, what? 1940s, 1950s version of the future.
Yeah, like
50s
retro
sci-fi,
Yeah,
yeah?
retro
Yeah,
futuristic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thingy in Hellboy and stuff.
Yeah. So,
Gross.
he, that's his aesthetic. He likes
for
that.
sure.
He loves
this
his
looks
Lovecrafty
cool.
stuff.
Do you have any copies of this on the shelf?
Yeah, that one.
Oh,
I
this
picked
is
it
the
up off the shelf, yeah.
Hmm.
It's only 2
Not
Not
parts.
anymore.
I may
I
have
think
stolen
maybe
it.
another one. Anyway, yeah, it's only a 2-parter. I picked that. I just read just because.
Something a bit different.
Yeah,
and
Mignola,
Mignola, he always, you know what you're getting with him.
Yes.
And it's always that's pretty much the same consistent standard.
Yeah.
Like, you're never really disappointed.
No.
But it's probably been a while since you went, oh my god. But it's just not in a bad way. Just a good, just solid.
Yeah. He's solid.
Solid.
Yeah. He's
Um,
consistent. He's solid. I
yes.
wish he grew more.
Oh, absolutely. Don't we all? Alrighty. What about Avengers Forever issue 3? Anybody read this?
Yeah.
This is good.
Oh man, this
Finally,
is cool.
I liked the last 2 issues, but they felt a bit too samey. Issue 1 and 2.
Yeah, it was Robbie Reyes getting
Yeah.
tortured and beaten up by the Black Skull,
Yes.
and that was about it.
And you got you got the Tony Stark Ant-Man.
Yeah.
But like, I want to see this. I want to see
Yeah.
different takes on the heroes. So this one you get a Vision. You get he's like a half-built Vision.
Yeah, he's like a prototype. He's not self-aware. He's not
Yes.
like an artificial
Yeah.
human intelligence
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And like, spoilers, but I asked him at the end, why didn't you get him to finish it? He's like, oh, I don't want to become you, basically.
Yeah, it did not seem like a good idea to be more
yeah.
human.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
Smart.
We got a female Moon Knight. We got a very interesting Wonder Man.
I just
Like,
Wonder Man.
yeah,
Yeah, and the Infinity thing.
yes,
What?
Ben Grimm disappears into space, and then he comes back like that.
Made out of Infinity Stones.
Yes, and he's just floating and muttering things that don't make sense
Yeah.
over and over again.
yeah. It's time. Or
The
time,
door is opening or
yeah,
something.
Yeah, there's nearly time or whatever. And then when you get the payoff,
Oh, it's crazy.
yeah. So they're Ant-Man's crew, and they're going to break out and save Ghost Rider and Deathlock from the Black Skull.
Because this is the one that's centric around the Masters of Evil.
Yes,
whatever
yes,
it is.
yes.
Okay.
So like they go to save him. The mission sort of falls apart, mainly because Ghost Rider doesn't want to be saved. But yeah, you know, all goes messed up. Like Wonder Man doing some cool stuff. And then the last page. Oh my god.
Oh, it's awesome.
Give me issue 4 now.
Yeah.
Look at all of this. Take the issue. I don't want to spoil it for people,
Yeah.
but whoo!
Freaking hell.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I'm like, oh, give me that right now, please.
Chancellor Red.
That's awesome.
Refuge.
Oh, they gotta be calling it. They gotta call it that.
Oh no, like something a bit more nasty like me.
Oh, but they don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
But I was surprised there was a mention of being Aryan in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now this is good. Like I said, the first 2 issues I really dug. Or first issue I really liked. Issue 2 was good, but you're just like, I didn't see anything else. Just those two. I already see Ghost Rider and Deathlock enough. I want to see alternate takes. That's sort of the point, I thought, right? And we got that in this one.
Yeah. Can't wait for the next one. That page, that final page is just...
Oh, it's on now.
Man, wait a month for that.
Yeah, the Infinity thing was killer.
It's so weird.
Like the Wonder Man being real messed up, and like the movies that he just kills people for real.
Yeah, it's like a blood sport
Yeah.
kind of thing in this dystopian Red Skull society.
So that was cool. He's messed up. You didn't get much about the Moon Knight girl. She probably got the least
Yeah.
character.
We got a name and that's about
history,
it.
Yeah. But it's very good.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Can't wait to see what happens next week.
Yeah,
next
that's
issue.
cool. It's like, let's go rescue Ghost Rider. What do you mean you don't want?
Yeah. Very good. Alrighty. Speaking of The Thing, number 5.
Hey, Jason.
Yes.
What the hell is going on in
I
this
have
book?
no idea.
Is that the last issue?
No, one more to go.
What is going on?
I don't know.
It looks like he's winning a belt.
I wish it was that simple.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. He won the belt last time. We got the belt last time. Yeah, I don't know.
Doctor Doom is in this one.
Yeah,
Right?
and that was some good. That was the best bit because Doctor Doom straight like, all right. So this little kid is clearly,
Sus.
yeah, right, bad. Something's going on. He knows everything. He's talking to all the villains. Knows stuff he shouldn't know. And like so, Doom rocks up, and the first thing Doom's like, "What are you?" And the kid's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Ah, you don't even know." Never mind. You know, like, and the new girlfriend, she's sus. She runs away. Cause, it's hard to talk about because I really don't know what is going on. I have enjoyed the miniseries, but it was never what I expected. From the first issue, like, this would be just cool because it's solicited to sound like just a thing, old school 70s style thing,
Yeah,
fun adventure comic.
Maybe even in the vein of like Fraction Hawkeye, where it's like almost slice of life thing.
Yeah. And then it was straight away dark and
cosmic and weird death entity thing, stealing people's hearts and what?
And it's just got weirder and more cosmic. You know, we've had Surfer, we've had the Champion. It gives the
Spider-Man.
oh yeah.
Rabina Spider-Man.
Yeah.
April.
Yeah. You didn't know?
I knew he was coming back. I knew he was coming back that
Yeah,
fast.
soon. That's why I got to catch up. It's going to be over. This is so good, but I don't know any, like, honestly, what's this, issue 5?
Yeah.
We've got no answers in 5 issues, really, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have learnt nothing.
But at the end, I was like,
Yeah. The kid?
we're talking about after the kid,
Yeah.
like there's death at the end, right?
Yes.
A proper death.
Yes.
But there was this other cloaked, decrepit character in this
Yes.
that is not death.
I think not. But I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I thought maybe was that like a reveal to say that was death the whole time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No. But not in a bad way.
No.
Like, each issue is fun in itself, but very... What did I just read?
Yeah.
What is going on?
It does have that 60s vibe
Oh,
to it.
yeah. Just really whacked out. Like a dark... It's the 60s being dark and twisted.
60s with a dash of like image indie book in it.
Yeah. Because it's... Whatever. I really like the art. The art's going to be
great.
the guy on Ant-Man coming up, right?
Yeah.
Or especially the Hank Pym issue. We're going to be all over that.
Yeah.
But it's a really good book, but I have no idea what goes on.
It'll be a pretty good trade, I think.
Wait,
Yes.
Saying that's not death?
No, we think that's death.
But in the previous issues, there has been a character with a hood
Right.
and a cloak and with a screwed up face and kind of
Not
shriveled.
like, but didn't look like death.
Didn't look like death.
So the
Could have been
girlfriend
Doom.
was death?
Yeah. But then you got like this and
And so the the girlfriend was death?
maybe. I don't know. This is the most you got. Somewhat. I wouldn't say answers, but definitely some spotlights on some things.
Yes. Guess it's all got to be tied up next issue.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out what's going on because I'm lost. I'm lost.
Yeah, me too.
Alrighty, Cowboy Bebop issue 2. Dave, you read this?
Yes, I did.
How was this?
Yeah, pretty standard. They go on to a lead on where they think the culprit is, which turns out to be a planet that is high in nitrous oxide, so everyone's essentially a little bit high.
Oh, beautiful.
And then Spike encounters a member of the syndicate, and they have a little revelation there, and apparently there happens to be a spy there as well, so...
Because it's Cowboy Bebop.
It is an okay
Cowboy
issue.
Bebop, right?
There is like the carrot of like, okay, you could live there forever, never come back, be happy.
Sure.
But then they all sort of return for their own various reasons.
I gotta say, the art just does not fit.
It doesn't, especially at the intro page when they have like the Netflix movie portraits as the intro. It's like, oh,
And like the art, I don't mind that guy's art style,
yeah,
but it just doesn't seem to fit this, I don't feel.
Yeah, especially if you're doing like a licensed thing and it's a live action thing, right? You want to try and prioritize the likeness.
Yeah. Because it's not only his style, but also the colouring choices. Like,
I
it's
was
very
just gonna
oddly
say-
coloured.
I was just going to say, with Cowboy Bebop, you want it to be neon.
Yes. And like some pages, I can see a little bit.
Oh, that looks real
Yeah.
dull from here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's...
you would want it
It's
to be
odd
like
choice.
a neon, colourful space
Like
fantasy.
super bright.
Yeah.
And lots of, saturation. Oh, that is...
Like, the art I would like on a lot of things.
Just not Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an odd choice, is all, really. Not what you would think you would pick for it. But, you know. And if I was Titan, I'd be wanting a bit of a refund on my license, I'll tell you that. God damn it, cancel the show before they'd put their book out. Like, excuse
I can't
me, Netflix.
believe that.
Refund? Partial refund, please. Like, right?
On the front, a Netflix series. Not anymore.
Was.
For about a
it's
week.
still on there, right?
I mean,
of course.
it's still factual. It is a series
Yes.
on Netflix.
It's just
It's not
done.
an ongoing series on Netflix.
Alrighty, let's go. Moon Knight number 9. I really love this cover. Did you see this cover? This is a great cover.
Yeah, it's awesome.
This is a great cover.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, this was the House of Shadows or whatever, right? Yeah.
This is cool. This book is just a really good book. It's dark enough, and yeah. So this one, he goes and it's a 6-story building that should only be 5 floors, and the 6th floor is like a haunted thing, and it's like
eats
a
people.
maze.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
I love a story like that.
Yeah, it eats people, like it taps into their brains
Yeah,
and
no.
eats people.
I love that.
But
too.
it tries to tap into Mark Spector's brain.
And
And it's like, oh, what is
no,
this?
no.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
it
You get
spits him out the window.
Yeah.
And does he land on like a dumpster or something?
Yes.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm coming back. I'll get you.
Yep.
Damn Dracula, give him money.
Yeah, and then does he go to Doctor Strange?
Yes. Yeah, because he runs up to Wong and is like, hey, you owe me a favour. Remember that time I went to Las Vegas for years? He's like, yeah, but what about this? Well, fine, you can owe me a favour. You're coming.
What do you know about houses?
Yeah.
Creepy houses.
And then,
that sounds cool.
like, it's such a fun, and they're very much one and done.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the overarching narrative like this, you know, like last issue, his mission blew up.
Yeah.
So by the end of this, he might have a new mission. It's just good. It's the right level of dark and mystic and street and monsters.
Yes, it's a mix of all of that.
It's what Moon Knight really is, right?
Yeah,
You know, like he's got the Batman thing, but with the moon god, mystic, werewolf fighting vampires. That's what this is all Moon Knight in one. With the craziness, with the psychiatrist or psychologist, whatever she is. That was real interesting. The where she was
The previous issue, where it's a bit of a cliffhanger with her. Yeah.
So you're like, okay, some good stuff going on there.
And I do really like how the issues are self-contained. Like, there is overarching story, but every issue is memorable.
Yes,
because there is something distinct to that issue.
Absolutely.
It's not just chunks of a bigger story.
Like if you missed, say you missed issue 7 or something, unless it was, I don't know, maybe 7 might be a bad choice. That might have been a bigger reveal issue. But for the most part, like you missed this next one, you're not going to be too lost. But there's definitely stuff that you might later be going, where'd that go? Oh, that happened in the one I missed or whatever. But each is very self-contained, more like a TV sort of show.
Well, more like comics were
before. Yes.
You just pick up a random Avengers issue.
100%.
And
you get a fight.
You would have a resolution, but there'd be more.
With the
Story
end page, that is a cliffhanger that hooks you on for the next one.
Nah, it's one of Marvel's best things going at the moment, I think. Because it's both fun and a little deeper than just punching bad guys in the face. Dark. It's good book. I really like it. It's gotten better as it's gone along.
Yeah, I agree.
First issue I liked, and then there's a couple of issues where I'm like, this didn't... It felt like I was treading water, and I'm like, this is the first arc. I shouldn't be feeling that already. But then when you got the sort of reveal of Zodiac and stuff, it really ramped up since then. This second sort of arc, I guess, what would be in the second trade has been much better, I think. But very good.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go. Book of the week.
Book of the week.
Crossover number 12.
Crossover.
Oh man, I've caught up because I was gonna get trades, but I was like, I can't.
You can't wait.
I can't. So I got all the back issues and I read them, and this book is just meta as fuck, man. It's just you can enjoy it as a story, but if you know your comics, you're just gonna enjoy it on another level.
Yeah, the more you know, the better.
Yeah, just the meta-ness of it, like. Dude gets stabbed with an exclamation mark speech bubble.
I saw that. That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
And like all the... You know what I really like is all the references to the other creators. And obviously this one, a little bit of spoiler. The first 10 pages are got a guest writer in Robert Kirkman.
With Phil Hester doing the art.
Yeah. Because last issue, spoilers, we found out the person that's been killing all the creators is Walking Dead's Negan, who is coloured black and white in this book because he's from the comic book earth. So he comes to confront Kirkman, and those 10 pages are just gold.
Yeah, it's so good.
Gold.
Man, I love this book. I don't want to spoil too much of it.
Yeah, it's hard, right?
I just want to keep talking about this book. I can break books. His book you can break down like by panels. It's like and you got the Powers detectives throughout the entire second arc, and they're so good. And that fucking Powers theme, was so great.
Yes.
That issue is just like I looked at that page. I didn't even read it. I was just looking at that page like this is so good
because it was perfect. The green light, sort of like
Not even the Bender stuff. When they're talking to Ellis.
Oh yes.
You know, okay, we'll do the fucking Powers thing. Open the pages, double pages, just all the speech bubble like
Bendis.
Just like Bendis. It was so good. Book of the week. Every other issue is retroactive book of the week for me since when it came out.
I've been telling anybody that listens the best comic book on stands at the moment.
100%.
Because first the arc was great, like fun, but this arc has been just over the top,
just
right?
Ramps up the meta-ness of it. What the Chip Zdarsky fill-in issue was great.
It's one of my favourite issues of the last couple of years.
Like, and you said it, and Fommy said it, but it was like, I'm not Kirk Hickman smart.
Yeah.
And I read it, and I laughed out loud, just because anyone knew you said it. But I read it, and I laughed out loud just because it was so funny.
I laugh every time.
But in the second issue, where you find out who the dude in Containment is.
Yes.
I'm like, no way.
Yes.
This is
and
so
obvious,
great.
right?
Yeah.
But yes.
I love this book. Everyone should be reading Crossover.
Well, this one, without...
I don't really want to spoil it for most people, because let them experience
this. So when it reappears and... Yeah, I got a haircut off panel.
I don't want to look like freaking Alan Moore.
It's confusing people. It's just good. The references to all the creators and the other thing too, like It's just crazy meta,
This is how meta books should be done.
but it's just the fact that he's also pulling cool. Obviously, some favors from some friends and other creators using their toys, but getting them to do like Chip wrote the Chip issue.
Yeah.
Kirkman coming in to co-write this.
He's yeah.
right.
Like Bendis and Omi coming to do their bit.
Yeah, like it is a crossover.
Yeah.
Like not just in the story, but in the credits. Like it's just and like this whole thing just taking the piss out of himself.
It's great.
Oh, yeah, every week, every issue, I laugh out loud. Like this one,
Yeah.
like just
Yeah, Negan's like, you created me because you know, whatever. It's like, I created you for money.
yeah. It's so good.
What issue is that?
12.
12.
So there'll be a trade next month.
There's one more issue.
One more for this arc.
For this arc, there'll be a trade.
Yeah.
And
And then
it sort of feels like it's wrapping up, but then, mate, I said it to you. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh no, they have to go into Colorado.
Yeah.
So maybe another arc, maybe another 2 arcs. I just want this book to keep
Yes,
going.
yes.
As the quality it is at right now, I just want it to keep going.
Yes. Because at least another arc is there. Because that's right. You haven't. There's someone big yet that hasn't happened. I think. But it is so good. How did the trade?
No,
go?
it's
No,
on
I got
there.
the trade. I got the
Trade
trade.
on.
The first trade's in. Highly recommend. But his
Do you
second
need to
arc's
know-
the best.
Image.
No,
Not
not
really.
really.
Okay.
To be honest, probably no comics in general more than
Yeah.
Image.
All right. Yeah, because you mentioned Powers, and it's like, oh, I haven't read Powers.
That's
but-
you don't need
I
to.
don't- yeah.
Sort of. You don't really
Okay.
need to.
'Cause I think
You
you
just
get
need to
the
know.
gist.
You need to know who they are, and well, if you know Bendis,
Yeah.
it's more if you do you know Bendis
Yes.
Yeah, his
yeah.
style.
and his
Yeah.
Bendis' style.
Yeah.
Because really, the only thing like Powers, and they tell you like it's pretty. They were two power cops.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what they are. That's why they're in this. You know, so to speak.
All right.
Is she 9 on the shelf?
Uh,
8 or 9?
I'll check for
Yeah.
you.
Steph read the trade, right? And she, she's much more DC, a bit of Marvel, but she enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to, because I kind of felt intimidated by that as well.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you told me, and also seeing Steph understand, I feel like I am
because it's
more eager to get into it.
It's more tropiness references than actual
Okay.
specific. I think.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like we said, first thing, the more you know, the more you're going to get out of it
Yeah.
because it's so self-referential. But I can see how it looks intimidating, but
Okay.
it is still very new reader friendly. I feel it taps you along with anything
Yeah.
you need, and really, it's just the comic book industry and the
Yeah.
superhero genre
Okay.
more than anything super specific. It's a great book.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's the first, like, got the books Thursday, I'm like, I don't really, sometimes, I don't want to read comics. And I was like, oh, crossover, I had to read it. And the first thing, as soon as I got home, he smashed it out. So good.
I'll try to read the trade this week,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
do it.
now that it's free.
Yes. Anybody ever read anything else?
You read the Iron and Eagle?
Yes.
Lion.
Lion. By NS war story set in World War
couple
II.
weeks
It's pretty good.
Oversized.
Yeah, it's just an NS war story. It's great. It's very serious. It's not.
Multiple or just a one shot?
No, it's multiple.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to look at that. We sold out pretty quick that week.
We have.
Yeah, I think we got
One on the shelf,
We
I
got a
think?
couple more
Okay.
next week.
Yeah, it's just a straightforward sort of war story set in World War II about, I guess, fighting the Japanese. The Japanese war part.
Which is a bit different, right?
yeah.
Like in the Pacific. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not what you
Like-
see most often.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like the Chindits and that sort of stuff in World War II. So yeah, that was good.
He writes the best war comics.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't think I've read any. Like, some of the Punisher stuff, obviously.
But yeah, like when he used to do War Stories was the series, but they were
I remember
basically one shots. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were all great.
Yeah.
Like some of them were like those first couple were so good.
He did like a mini on the Night Witches.
Yep.
That was great.
And like sometimes even like because he'd have 2 styles. He'd have his real serious ones, and then he'd have like
that goofy one.
Rifle Brigade.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Rifle Brigade.
Oh,
It's sort of
man.
like a goofy Howard Commandos.
Oh,
Adventures of the Rifle.
Yeah,
I
that was a
haven't
great
thought about
book,
it in
right?
ages. That book rules.
Yeah.
It's so funny to read Elephant.
Yeah. So he's just good. He's just good.
I think that's about it. I don't think I read anything else. Or worth talking about anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. Dave, you read anything else?
Nah.
Dylan?
no, that was it. How about you?
No, I think that's about it. I had a
Yeah.
couple more books from this week that I didn't quite get to because
A bit
it's been a busy week. There's a lot
Yes.
going on. But it's still a good amount of books.
Yes.
Good books, some good books.
Alrighty, let's go on to some shows that we checked out this week. He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Season 2.
Yes.
The kid-oriented show. That came out. How many episodes did you check out?
2.
2.
Because I hadn't quite finished season 1.
Okay.
So I smashed that out at the end of this week and then watched 2 episodes the other night of the new one. I'll maybe watch some more during the week. It's really good.
The show is awesome. Like we mentioned before, and when the first season came out, it is He-Man meets Power Rangers.
Can you explain the Power Rangers bit there to me then?
Yes.
Do they transform into like?
They
Yes.
do.
They have Zords.
They unfortunately no, but they share the power of Grayskull. So when they transform,
It's not
they
just
say,
Adam.
yeah, like we have the power, and then you see like essentially a morphing sequence,
Right.
right? And they cut off, they panel off
Yeah.
the screen sometimes as well, and the good guys transform, the bad guys transform.
So
They
is that done just so they can eat time on an episode?
Probably.
And less,
Oh, well,
less animation.
You know, like the original 80s He-Man had the same
Yeah, I know.
transformation.
Yeah.
So one, it is animation,
Yeah.
cost cutting for sure. But I think also it's a bit throwbacky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's exactly the same thing every time.
but sometimes the way they're spliced together
Yes,
when there's
because
2 of them
depends
morphing,
who's doing.
Yeah, it
They're
changes.
Not always
Yeah.
all
Right.
4 or
Yeah.
whatever.
Do they combine into a Megazord?
No, again, unfortunately, but they have special attacks that they declare when they do it.
Yes.
Yeah, like freaking He-Man's like lightning strike, and then and it's really cool.
It's great. Like, so you got He-Man, obviously, and then Cringer. Cringer's the best part of the show.
He is
'Cause
David K. Megatron from Beast Wars voicing it.
Because he's like the old, wise, experienced veteran of the team.
Right.
Like, because before they get the power of Grayskull,
Yeah.
him and Adam are like friends in the jungle or whatever. But like, he's been declawed. They're
Right.
poachers and they clawed him, and his backstory. And there's a whole jungle cat tribe.
Yeah,
Whatever.
and you find out who declawed him too, right? And it's like it was Beastman.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
Before he's Beastman.
Yeah,
Right, yeah, yeah.
And every character has their own nemesis too,
Yeah.
and that is really interesting.
He's not Cringer?
No, he's not like Cringer is what they call him.
But he's
the
not-
Cringer thing was it's more like calling a redhead Bluey.
Right, yeah.
You know?
The Super Braves that they call him Cringer.
Yeah, sort of thing, yeah.
And I guess it might be related to him not having claws
Yes.
as well, and
Right.
yeah,
But yeah, he's the best bit.
he's so cool, especially when he transforms into a battle cat. He looks so
Ah.
cool. He looks so cool.
Ah,
I want a toy. I want a toy right now.
Because the designs, like when you first see him, He-Man and the sword are so over the top ridiculous.
Because they're very top-heavy
Yes,
triangle
yes.
sort of.
Yeah, He-Man is, in my opinion, a bit too much.
Yes.
Skipping leg day.
And he
Oh,
looks dumb to me.
Yeah.
He just doesn't.
Oh,
look
he does.
cool.
He does.
Yeah.
Even
And his sword, it's a plank of metal. It's like it's a plank.
it's Cloud's Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
style.
except no, do you know, it's you get 2 of the Buster Sword.
Yes.
You flip it and then you connect it,
Yes,
and that is He-Man's sword.
It's just crazy.
That is how big
It's
it is.
crazy. It's just
Yeah.
slide, man.
He uses it as a shield.
Yeah, I've seen him use it as like a surfboard.
He uses it as a
flying
surfboard.
That's awesome.
I was like, whoa.
He
This,
can do anything. It's not just power sword. Whatever the story might need.
Multi-purpose.
Yes. So then you got Ram Mam.
How you going to sell friggin' toys that way, though?
Well, sure they will. You got Ram Mam. So she's Adam's friend. It's a girl.
Yeah.
And she got a helmet with a stone in it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And she's
when she
Like
transforms,
Juggernaut.
sort of.
yeah, when she transforms, her kind of gear is really cool. her helmet has like rocket engines on the back of it, and she's got rocket engines on the back of her, her boots. So she just
She's like a ball. Like,
she turns into like Samus and goes Sonic.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. It's full purple ball, and then you got Tila, who's
The sorceress.
you know, it's pretty self-explanatory.
So is she sorceress in Grayskull, or is it like, do they acknowledge that she daughter?
No, like at first she's just a
mage.
and then when in season 1 and they get to Grayskull and you find out about Grayskull, and there's the old sorceresses in Grayskull.
Yeah, the ghost or the hologram.
And then you got Man-at-Arms rounds up the team.
Yeah.
Who's his character actually is sometimes annoying, but in a good way. But like his whole backstory is really interesting because the bad guys, the main bad one, obviously you got Skeletor, Evelyn, she's Evelyn, and then when she turns, she's Evelyn.
Yes.
And then eventually you get Rakaz, who turns into Beastman. But then you got Kronos, who is eventually Trapjaw. But he was the Man-at-Arms weapon maker for King Randor.
Oh, like
And
disgrace?
Duncan, he's like protege.
Yeah.
And then, no, he's a bad guy, and Duncan falls in with the rest of the kids or whatever. He's cool. I would, when he transformed into that's not what I would like. He's probably the design I like the least. He needs some more green. It's just his orange thing. He doesn't have the thingy. And no mustache. But anyway. But he's just a kid.
Yeah.
So there's no other like He-Man villains or like heroes?
That's all in season 1 was just the 4 and 4.
In season 2 you do get more.
So yeah, like Mossman and...
Well, I guess we've got this Orca.
Right.
Orca is excellent.
Orc-O, because he's a robot. So he is the consciousness he's the consciousness of Orca the Great, a fantastic mage, uploaded into a little robot that struggles to do magic.
Right.
He looks so cool. I love his design.
It's
He
just
looks
tech
awesome.
stuff that he thinks is magic.
Right.
But it's really, he's just got a laser in his robot part.
That's cool.
Like, it's crazy.
And his face is like a screen.
Yeah.
So how do you explain what shows up on his face? Like, I guess sometimes he's thinking, and you see like the 3 dots come up. Like,
Right.
He's good because he's the Orca-ness is there, but it's different.
Yeah.
And he's not annoying like Orca, old school Orca could be. He's annoying, but he's supposed to be. And like Keldor, like full, it's Keldor. You know.
But Keldor is Randor's brother, so he's Prince Adam's uncle.
Cool.
Proper.
Yeah.
Wait, or modern, what should be in modern days. Unlike goddamn Revelations, I missed the boat on that. So anyway, season 2, I watched 2 episodes so far. The first one was you get Stratos.
Oh, and he's the biggest tool.
Yeah. I'm like, he's just a gnome. Because he's the king of, or the ruler of the Avion
He's just
people. But he's just the Falcon. Like, he's just MCU Falcon, just dialed up to like 11.
He looks exactly like Falcon.
Because Stratos is the wing dude from Flash Gordon. Brian Blessed, isn't he? From the original one.
Yes. Because he's so different. Because, like, Stratos is a bit more of the older...
Like Elder Statesman. Sort of.
Yeah. You know, with the grey beard and the whatever.
Yeah.
But
So is he like Aquaman in the Batman cartoon? The Diedrich Bader Batman cartoon?
Oh,
sort of. I've only watched a couple episodes, sort of.
even more of a tool, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because he's very, very spoilt.
So, like very imperious. Because he's a...
And he's got... he feels like he's got something to prove to people.
Okay.
Yeah, I've told you this before, but like everyone from Avion, they're born with wings, right? Like natural feathery wings. He doesn't have feathery wings. He's got these tech wings because he was born without them. His hair's falling apart on me. So he is constantly like, I need to fly faster. I need to hit harder
To make up for...
to make up for that.
Which is weird, because you think that wouldn't make him ruler. If you're a race of bird people.
I think it's the kind of thing where, I think they mentioned like you earn it, like
like
through some trial or something.
Right, yeah.
If you're the best.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, and like, he when he starts doing technique, because it's He-Man, they call himself the Master Universe or whatever, and he rocks up, he's just trying to take over, leading, because he's used to it,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, something showed us in the heroic warriors. And whatever.
That was awesome.
Yeah. We're called the masters of the universe. He just didn't know, but it's excellent. Second episode, you get Manny Faces, and whoo!
Oh, he looks so cool. You guys haven't seen him, have you? Like
No.
the original toy, right? He kind of rotates sideways.
Yes.
Imagine he's got like a ball for a head, and it spins downwards like that. It's cool. Don't look at me like that. It's awesome.
So no sideways?
Nah, that way.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he's like a ball.
Yeah.
I know why that's more for disconcerting.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah, it is creepier.
It is.
Because I can do that. Yeah, that's fine. That's.
Oh yeah. Well, and why he is done that? Like he's. They didn't tell me before I watched it, but he's the Shakespearean actor sort of deal. When he's man
yeah.
thing, and he was the actor in the previous King's Court, and he redesigned himself so he could play more roles. So that's why he's got the three heads.
And then the king was like, "What the hell have you done? Banished! Get out of here!
Freak.
To the Undercity with you."
Yeah. So he's sort of like a mole man. He's sort of I'm
Fan of the opera.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm gonna have my revenge."
And like what? You didn't tell me he's like built like a British house.
You watched the trailer.
Yeah,
and you
I
thought
thought it was Ram Man, like an old school Ram Man. Because he's the tank.
he's massive, and yeah, he looks armored. Like his head looks armored.
Yeah, he was weird.
What was the point of Manny Faces before? Like, what was? I know he swapped the faces, but how was that an advantage?
Oh, I think there was the monster was a bit more fierce and ferocious because a bit more personality. Like
different personality.
Yeah.
So it's like a split personality character. Really.
Yeah.
And I guess the robot one might have some sensors or something.
and a bit more logical and
Yeah.
stuff like that. You know what I mean? Different.
It's a
different
stretch.
traits.
Yeah.
It's a stretch.
100% makes no
I mean,
sense.
it was
Because-
they were made to sell toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a cool toy, and they're like,
We can
okay,
make a
how
tent
can we?
that turns around.
Yeah.
How can we make this relevant in a
It's a
story?
really good show. Like
It's great.
it's got a lot of story. Like to be honest, I pay less attention when the fights happen
You know, I agree.
because I'm more interested in the plot.
Yeah.
And and because you get the same transformation scenes, and you're like, okay, cool, whatever, right? Like it looks great.
Yeah.
The designs are cool, but I'm more interested in the plot parts than the fights.
And there's a lot of references for, I guess most of them would be parents now, like original He-Man fans.
Yeah.
Like the Heroic Warriors thing.
Yeah.
That's a cool Easter egg thing.
Yeah.
And there's more.
Yeah.
Like on Skeletor's birthday, he's like, I want a battle cat. Somebody give me a battle
Oh,
cat.
he doesn't have a battle cat.
No. As soon as he saw Battle Cat in that first season, he's like, he's always wanted a battle cat of his own.
But you get like, the Rotons looked amazing.
How cool were they?
They were really cool.
Like they've redesigned the classic vehicles and they all look awesome, except for the Wind Raider.
yeah, the Wind Raider's pretty
It looks like a spaceship. A cool spaceship, but just a spaceship.
But it's really good. If you're a He-Man fan, or if you haven't watched it because you don't like the look of it, give it a shot. Is all I'll say.
Yeah.
Because the designs are they're very jarring at first, but man, they're really cool designs at the same time.
Yeah, some characters you like more than others.
Beastman is the best.
He
Probably my
looks
favorite.
awesome. I really like Trapjaw.
Yeah.
He's got like a more of like rotating teeth. Like a
Okay.
yeah.
Yes. It's weird.
He's like a shark.
He's a bit
almost.
too much for me, Trapjaw.
I really like it.
And like, because the first season he's just Kronos pretty much the whole time. And
Yeah.
Kronos is just cool. I like Kronos. He looks cool. But and then he just goes right over the top.
His superpower is to eat things and then copy their power. He's like Kirby. I saw this scene in season 2 where there's like a rocket launcher, and I was like, "Oh, cool! You're gonna pick it up and use it." He eats it, and then his arm turns into a rocket launcher. That was kind of cool, but I was like, "What?
You just use it.
You just pick it up and use it." Whatever, it's cool.
Oh, and like Triclops.
Oh, dude.
I haven't seen a teaser. But obviously, next episode. But yeah, like Dylan was telling me about it, and then I see it's a drone.
Yeah, at first I was like, "Oh, it's a drone." Like, kind of inspired by. Was it only in the 2000s series where he had a drone?
Yes.
Triclops?
Yes.
Okay. It was like a drone that it has like the the eyes that swap around like Triclops, but it latches onto people's heads and drives them around, like controls them.
Oh, it's creepy.
Yes. So I saw that. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. That's a cool new take on it.
And different, right?
Yeah.
Like, everything they're doing is... They're definitely element of the original, but something new.
Yeah.
But it's like... Is it someone controlling Triclops? Is it like a sentient little drone?
Triclops is sentient. He's self-aware and everything.
Right.
Sent out by...
Trapjaw built it, and he talks to it like it's his child. It's funny. Just wait until you get to Skeletor He-Man's ballroom dance scene.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And Skeletor's birthday
Yeah, I don't
with
understand.
Duncan.
Yeah,
Can't wait for that.
It's fun. I can see it's not for everybody. I hate the theme song.
The theme song's terrible. I skip it every time.
I hate the theme song. You can't make it out. We're watching it the other night, and I'm bitching. I can't make out any words. Maybe power and ooh, right? And Meg's like, I really like the theme song. It's so catchy. I'm like, well, what do they say? She's like, oh, I'll tell you next time it plays. I'm gonna have to melody. So, all right, next episode. What's it say then? That's right. Don't know what it says. Power? I knew that one.
He-Man song's got the word power in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's just all auto-tuned.
Right.
It's very modern.
Yes. Yes.
I hate it. I hate it so much. It's the worst part of the show.
I concur.
But it's a good show. I really like it. I gotta watch more.
It's awesome. I wish I had more to watch.
That's
But I've
why-
gone and watched it all in one go.
It's your own fault. That's why I try to piece things out these days. Try.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Next up, another animated series, The Boys.
Yes.
Diabolical. You watched...
I watched, I think it's 8 episodes. I watched 4.
Oh, okay.
Um,
It's anthology.
yeah, and just not connected, just its own little thing. Like, the first one's very, like, old school, sort of, it's Looney Tunes, right?
Ah.
It's like Voight tunes. And it's, no dialogue. It's the baby one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, like...
So it's got that 60s kind of...
Yeah, like just real old school. Like the dude works at Voight. He's got his baby. He's got to test it for 20 days if it can control its power. And after 20 days, if it's no every day, 20 days, he's got to give the report, and they decide are they going to adopt it out or terminate. And they decide not the good one, and so he tries to rescue the baby. And so it's just laser. The baby's just
Yeah.
it's just crazy. Like, gets into a zoo and he falls into the thingy and just Looney Tunes. Like, that was fun. And then there was a messed up one about some sort of reject ones that got terrible powers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, like, yeah.
That's like sort of my favorite superhero sort of trope, I guess. Like stories where their powers are shit.
Yeah.
You know, like the X-Men where it was the reject class
Yes,
sort
yes,
of.
yes.
With Beak and
Yeah.
all of them.
Well, 'cause, like, obviously in the boys, it's like your parents have basically given you the compound V, right? Whatever. So these kids have all the parents have signed them up, and when they got the dad ones, the parents dump them. So the special group go see their parents, and like it's narrated by the narrator. Just a kid in a chair narrating it, and that's his superpower.
Oh my god,
It was a really good one. It was a really good one.
I see the Rick and Morty guys did an episode
Yeah.
or something. Like, in the style looks like Rick and Morty
that
and
one.
everything.
I think with the
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's them. Definitely a bit like their style. But yeah, that was pretty good. There's another one I can't remember.
You said it was like a Garth Ennis
Yes.
proper style.
Because I watched the first one. I'm like, I just want the Ennis one. Fine, next. But the Ennis one, it is just legit comic book boys, proper butcher with proper accent. Wee Huey, where you can hardly understand a word he's saying.
So,
'cause it's
so
full Scottish.
with Butcher, is it Carl Urban?
No,
Oh, interesting.
it's comic book, and like that one is, they captured. Butcher goes to see the dude that is the drug dealer for the superheroes, and his mate. Oh, give this to this so and so. Slip this in his heroin enema. And it's just the boys sort of stuff. The superheroes getting put in the superhero hall of fame. And it goes the way Butcher wants. It's gold. It's because it's the boys.
Yeah.
It's the boys. I like the show, but they're very different.
Yeah. It's not the boys that.
No.
It's the boys, but not the boys.
Yeah.
To me, Butcher was always American for me, like the American voiced, like when I read it in the books.
Oh, it's
I
pretty.
thought about it.
It's pretty obvious, yeah.
Bollocks.
Yeah, and dropping certain letters and stuff and
yes,
putting
yes.
apostrophes and
Yeah, he's like
true,
sort of,
yeah.
Cockney sort of.
yeah.
South London sort of hard. Darrowy.
Alright. I don't know where I got it from then. Alright.
But yeah, no, it's good.
It was like Jason Statham in Snatch.
Yeah. 100%.
No H's. Get rid of them H's.
What was the other one?
I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
I'll watch that maybe tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like 20 minutes or 12 minutes, something different actually.
Oh, okay.
I think there's not a set time. But yeah, they're good. Nothing I don't think is ever going to connect to the season 3 coming or whatever, which I like.
It's cool that it's self-contained. It's like a bit of the comics, a bit
Anything,
of the
right?
show.
Because it's an odd choice, I feel.
Yes, it is.
Like
I thought for sure they would just go hard on the show.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially having. I don't know if some people might not even really realize it's Huey.
Yeah. I think people might not get it.
Like you're gonna get his butcher and maybe you're just like, oh, where's he shaved?
Yeah.
But Huey, because he's just old and you dead set, you can't understand half of what he says. It's just full. He's turned up his Scottish all the way.
Do you know who voiced him?
Yeah, Simon Pegg.
Oh, that's cool.
Because
That's cool.
Yeah.
it's gonna be something.
It's cool that they got a chance to do that.
Yeah. I loved it. It was the best.
Yeah.
Like, and nothing. It was just a stupid Ennis taking the piss out of superheroes like usual. And how many assholes they are, whatever. But and like in that one, like it's full. It's not just they're the boy. Like even you see a couple of the 7 and it's Jack Jupiter. Where you're never gonna see him in the show, right?
Oh yeah.
Like or not like that anyway. So. It was just cool. It's just like, oh, I'm watching The Boys. Right? Like, I really liked it. It was cool. I do recommend. Some are going to be better than others, and you'll like some better than others.
You get that in anthologies.
Yeah,
But I
of course.
like it, right?
Yeah.
The closest thing it is to that we watched recently is the Star Wars Visions.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just, bang. You know what The Boys are? Do something in that universe.
Yeah.
No, I think, no handcuffs. Just do what you want. Which...
Cool.
It's good. It's just fun. Check them out.
I'll watch that tonight.
Mm.
Okay. Me, Jason, and Nitin, we checked out The Batman this week.
So, spoilers if you haven't seen it.
Yes. Spoilers.
100% spoilers.
Spoilers, Dave!
Yeah, don't get
Okay.
I'll start because I liked it. And I'll get the good stuff out of the way. Like...
And we will probably agree.
I will agree on a lot of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's 3 hours. I personally didn't feel it was that long.
Bro.
Look, I didn't.
I don't know how.
Just get the popcorn out.
I didn't.
Just watch you two go.
It was so long.
Yeah, I didn't feel... whatever. I didn't feel it was so long. There were a lot of stuff I didn't like. I didn't like the Thomas Wayne stuff. I didn't
Garbage.
like...
Unnecessary. Mainly because they didn't go all the way on it.
Yeah, they kind of backpedaled a little bit. Like,
Yeah, they tried
he's
to muddy
actually...
him up that he's
Yeah.
got mob ties.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he got someone killed, but no, it was an accident.
Yeah.
He didn't actually
Yeah,
do it.
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was Hush.
Yeah.
Well, Hush is dead.
Yeah.
I didn't like... I liked the Riddler. I didn't like Edward Nygma's portrayal. You know what I
I
mean.
do know what you mean.
Oh yeah, there was.
They made him...
It's offensive at the end.
Yeah.
I.
They make him a caricature of like an autistic person.
Yeah.
Like it's probably the best way I can describe it.
No, that's nail on the head.
And like I don't like.
Well, it came out of nowhere, that part.
Yeah. They made him like Saw/7 John Doe characterization, not like, top hat and just leaving clues around, just murdering people.
But then with a heavy dose of like QAnon-ness and
Yeah.
followers.
Yeah.
Yeah, like his motive, I felt like, man, the villain could have been anarchy or something, and it would make more sense.
See,
So you said you liked the movie at the start, right?
no, I did. I'm saying there's stuff I didn't like, but overall, I liked the movie. I liked Robert Pattinson was great as Batman.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
You didn't see a lot of Bruce Wayne, but he was that's the Bruce Wayne they were going to do. Zoe Kravitz was great as Catwoman.
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah, she was.
Colin Farrell was great.
Her
as,
backstory worked for me.
Colin Farrell was great as Penguin.
He was the best bit.
This Penguin.
He was the best bit. He didn't get enough.
No.
Yeah.
But like not in a bad way, like enough that you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because he was having so
And
much
he did
fun.
the show,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I didn't know John Turturro was there, but John Turturro was as Carmine Falcone.
It was great.
Excellent. Excellent.
Jesus.
Yes.
I'd never seen him in a serious role. I'd seen him for the first time in Transformers.
Right.
And then Big Lebowski. So when I heard he was casted, I'm like, what are they doing? And, oh man, he was great.
Yeah.
I just like John Turturro.
Yeah.
He was great. He's very good. Who else was
Jim Gordon was rubbish.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Yeah.
He was so bad.
Yeah.
He was just so ineffectual and
Mumbly.
yeah. And I felt like all
And
he
he wa-
did was
and he's-
repeat Batman.
He was Robin,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Robin was
'Cause he's-
created.
Yeah, he wasn't commissioner yet. And it's like
I'm okay
Batman's
with that.
second year on the job,
Yeah.
which was pretty cool. He doesn't do the swinging between buildings, and there's a scene where he goes to the rooftop and he's a bit.
He's clearly pretty
very
scared.
high.
Yeah.
I liked the heaviness of his suit, where he's walking and just like it's like a knight in armor. I dug that. The violence of he just beating up these crooks.
I don't like that his suit just gets put up in his backpack when he's got to ride his push bike home.
Yeah, it's like, how is that? It
Where
seems
is
like
it
such a
going?
heavy armored suit.
Yeah.
He probably stashes it somewhere, because it's not going to fit in that backpack.
No, because when he comes out of the club, he's in the club as Batman.
Yes.
Comes out of the club, gets in his backpack, and then rides away. And then he's back as Batman at Catwoman's house.
Yes.
So it's got to be in the backpack.
So if he's like that Batman series that came out last night, no, it wasn't. last
Imposter?
night. Was it Imposter where he's got
Yeah.
stashes all over?
Yeah, yeah.
Unless he's got
No.
suits stashed all over the place.
Not in year 2 though, right? I guess.
What?
Well, you said it was Batman like second.
It's
year.
his second year. He's got
Yeah, I
like
don't think he's smart enough for that.
maybe. I did like that the Batcave is the train station, the Wayne train station, that unused train station.
Yeah. It makes sense. Like, he's got a network of
Yeah.
tunnels that
Yeah.
he can travel through the city.
And I did like that it's because he's not out in the manor.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's always been a bit of a stretch.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
How's
like-
he going to get into town?
I did
so
like the
fast?
manor was made into an orphanage.
Yes.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, like his headquarters is in the city,
Yeah.
because why wouldn't it be?
Yeah,
Right?
Like that's
How's he
where
gonna
the stuff
get
is. It's gonna
stuff?
take forever to get
Yeah.
from the manor out into the city. That was cool.
Yeah.
Like overall, I enjoyed it. Like it was. I can see your points of
Yeah.
it being too long. If
That's at least my biggest problem with it.
I like the third act part. I sort of.
I've
I
never seen a
understand.
movie like I was not looking forward to it going in because I knew I was not going to like a lot of stuff. Is what I thought. And I'm watching for the first hour. I'm like, man, this is pretty good. There's some parts I didn't like, mainly just the non-consistency of the tone.
I agree. Yeah.
Like it's all real and gritty and dark, and then like the Riddler stuff is so corny, like some of the riddles and stuff, which I like, but it just and then like some stuff happens that are a bit too like Batman takes a bomb to the face, not even a scratch, not a
nothing.
bit of dirt, nothing. I'm like, why don't all the other go? I would enjoy it so much more if they played it a bit more fun. I'm sick of the real Batman and just the portrayal we get all the time. I want some comic book superhero Batman,
That's what Batman is in the comic books, though.
and I hate it.
It's been like that for more
No,
than half of Batman.
I will tell you what the problem is. The worst thing that I like both those books a lot. The worst thing that ever happened to Batman is Frank Miller's 2 books. Because that's the Batman we get ever
Yeah.
since then.
It's narrowed it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I want a more 60s Batman. I was talking to
That
a
was
customer.
50 years ago.
I said the exact same thing to a customer. He's like, you
It
just
was-
gotta watch Brave and the Bold. I'm like, Brave and the Bold's excellent!
It came out before you were born and was
I
over
know,
before you were
I
born.
know. But I
In the 70s, they started to get away from that.
Yes. Well, yeah. Obviously, I don't mean quite 60s, but I just want a bit more. I don't know.
Even like animated series.
Yeah, animated series
Yeah.
is the perfect Batman because it's a cartoon, so it helps with the lack of the realism. But it's dark enough.
But it's like grounded, if you can say that.
because you can't give me real and try to be super real, and he's just taking machine gun fire.
Yeah. He's taking machine gun. He's taking a shotgun to the back.
Well, the higher calibers he felt like the machine guns, smaller calibers. If it's like army dudes, they got sophisticated bullshit armor.
But their armor takes one shot. It takes one shot. You can survive one shot, and it'll shatter. Like that's just how it works. It's ballistic plate.
And like, I get it as well. Same, like you try to be real, but sorry. Some of the coolest bit is the detective stuff and him being on the crime scene and stuff. But the police don't turn a light on.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not a lot.
I know you're going for an aesthetic, but that's not real. You're on a crime scene.
They don't have it lit.
You want it lit so you can see stuff. Everything's so dark, man. I shouldn't be looking at a black screen as much as I was in this movie.
And
I didn't think. I've seen a lot of people say it was too dark. I didn't feel that way.
It's so dark. The goddamn car chase. I can't see anything.
That's because you're blind. I could follow the car scene. That was great.
Nah, car scene was
You're
rubbish.
right.
I thought it was boring.
If it had been like everything about half the time, like because it's not even the length of the movie. It's not even the length. The length's not the problem. It's just everybody's on goddamn painkillers. Everything's just so half speed. You know, if you double speed it up and it'd be alright. Like everything's just so.
I think we reached the pinnacle of car chase scenes with Blues Brothers, and everything since then is...
No, Ronin car scene. Have you seen Ronin? Anyone seen Ronin? The movie Ronin?
Oh yes.
With Robert De Niro.
Yes.
That car scene was flipping awesome.
Well, I was gonna say we just watched Death Proof like a month ago.
Yeah.
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 But like,
Pinnacle.
it's very close. Blues Brothers and Ronin for me. Like they're two separate movies. You know, one's a comedy and one's serious movie. But the car chasing Ronin is excellent. Going back to Batman.
Yes.
The bit in the car scene at the end where it's an upside down shot of him walking to the Penguin with the fire. That shot was fucking great.
I thought that was still held too long.
Yeah.
Nah,
I was trying not to laugh at
Because
it.
when you see, like, you see him coming, like, that's a cool shot, it's a great visual, but then it just, I don't know, it's just, everything just held too
It
long.
did hold for a bit long when he's bending over.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like, he's just standing there
I could've
bending
done
over.
without
I've got the shot already,
I could have
right?
done without the bending over bit.
Because seeing him come out of the sort of flame, so to speak, and you're like, oh, you're gone.
Yeah, that's cool.
I did like that shot. It was upside down.
Yeah.
And he was walking. I didn't like the bending.
That-
I could have done without that.
That was when I was trying not to laugh.
but
I'm like,
the rest of the shot was
There's
fine.
so many of those ones that are just a little on the nose. And I'm like, I don't understand.
and like one of my favorite, but also one of my most conflicting parts of the movie is the wingsuit scene.
Yeah.
Because it's cool, right? Okay. It's realistic because that works, right?
Yes.
Physics. He uses it.
Yes.
There was a parachute to slow his descent, and even then he crashed pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he pulls something, and we don't really see what happens.
Magic.
A magic wingsuit appears on his body.
It's just built into the suit, probably. I think that's its explanation. It's just built into
I
the
know,
suit.
but like that's what my problem is with the tone. Like,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
it's like the cape's too unrealistic. We've got to have a realistic wingsuit. That's just not realistic. Where's it come from? Where does it?
Like
Okay, the suit comes, but then where's the parachute on top then?
yeah. And
Yeah.
his cape disappears after he uses it.
Yeah.
So is his cape part of it? Like
I think the cape
it's
was
not
part
clear.
of it.
It's just not clear,
Yeah.
especially how fast it happened and how easy it was. That is just not realistic at all. Like at all.
Yeah, I would rather him just caked out.
Yeah.
I would just much rather him caked out. And still, crash. You got to crash.
That's what I like.
Crash made it work.
That's what I like. He's still making mistakes.
Yeah.
And he didn't. I know you didn't like it, but he didn't get the Riddler's great plan, whatever, because he's still
Yes.
new.
How's his voice?
Fine.
Batman.
He's good.
Yeah, he's
No,
It's-
I've got no complaints about him.
It's a
at all.
modern
Okay.
Batman voice.
Yeah.
It's growly.
He's not
It's-
like bullshit Christmas.
No.
Yeah, it's not chesty like Christian Bale was.
Yeah. No, he's good. I've got no complaints about him.
Yeah, he was good.
Or her as Catwoman. Like any of the characters besides...
His Bruce Wayne scenes are not good.
Yeah, but...
I didn't feel, because he's not Bruce Wayne. There's no... And that's what they want. They just want he's just Batman. Just Batman.
What was really...
He is.
Yes.
He is just Batman.
I know, but...
What's really strange to me is that it looked like they set an arc up for that.
Yes.
Right? They had the scene with Alfred showing up and he's like, hey, the accountants are coming to talk about the company. And he's like, I don't have time for that. And it seems like there was going to be some growth where he realizes at the end, I can use my money for something good. I can do something. If I show up...
He never does that in the books.
He never does that in books.
No, fun stuff. It's
Yeah.
just
Not as much.
quarter hours is the problem.
Yeah, you do get told that he's got Wayne Foundation and blah, blah, blah. He donates to the city and he at least shows up to things and smiles and waves and stuff.
Especially when the whole thing was the renewal and corruptness.
I didn't like that wasn't really sort of resolved
It was all
properly.
like, you know what I didn't understand about that whole thing was I'm like watching it and it's like this has only been going on fairly recent. Like all these people that are in power that are the corrupt ones that the Riddler's going off, like the DA and the whatever. I'm like, the Thomas Wayne thing in the renewal, like he died 20 odd years ago. But it feels like
$1 billion though.
I know, but like what? Like that DA still is the DA from then? No. Is that mayor the mayor from then? No. It feels like what the plot of the bad guys doing could only be going a few years old, but it ties back to Bruce Wayne's dad from 20 years ago. I don't know.
I think it's just a cycle of corruptions. Like the mayor at that time was corrupt, and then the new one got corrupt again. It's just a cycle of corruption.
Yeah.
All tied into Falcone and Maroni.
You just don't need the Thomas Wayne part in there, and it's fine.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I didn't like the Thomas
It's
Wayne
so
stuff.
stupid because it doesn't make sense.
I didn't like the Thomas Wayne stuff at all.
Because like obviously there's the rat deal, and he sold out, and that's when everything's happened, right? But that was clearly only a few years ago. So why is it all going to have to tie back to Thomas
No, I
Wayne?
don't think it was very easy. I think it was like since the thing. I think it's just a long, ongoing thing that he probably just found out about. Or the Riddler, for him to come of age and find out about.
Yeah, but why would the
'Cause he
current
was
DA
working-
need to know who the rat was? Because it feels like that's not long happened. That he sold out.
Because he would have
and
been
taken over or
he would
replaced.
have to do the lawyer stuff to know who the rat is. You have to sort of
But that would all
go
been
into
done.
court. Would have to go into court. You have to. He would be protecting the rat. That wouldn't be common knowledge. But you still have to go up in front of a judge and say we've got information from him who's underground in the thing and he knows all this stuff is happening. That's why they need to know who the rat is, because of the boring lawyer stuff.
I understand that, but that could only be a couple of years ago. I feel that like they've taken over and basically they're the
But I think they said it wasn't a few years. I think it was just ongoing.
I just can't see how that can work.
$1 billion is a lot of money. Like you're corrupt, man. Like 20 years ago, whatever.
Yes.
When you get your hands into that thing, you're not going to say anything because you get killed.
Yes.
So you stop being mayor. Next person.
Why would you
takes
stop
over.
being mayor?
Because you age out. People age out. No one's a mayor when they're 90 years old.
Oh, bullshit.
Bullshit. No one's mayor when they're 90 years old.
oh,
Or he
oh,
outlives his usefulness.
Yeah, you get
And
whacked maybe.
Or no, he gets a golden parachute and goes like, all right, new
you
mayor,
never
you
stay
get.
and no to that money.
That's what I'm saying. Golden parachute. We'll put a new person in. You go and retire somewhere with, all these.
I just think there's a lot of clunkiness to it.
Yeah.
I think they tried to do too much. Because the first part of the movie's good. Like, and who he's going after. All right, cool. He's going after all these corrupt people. Cool. And then at the end, though, he wants to kill the new good mayor and all these innocent people.
It doesn't line up with his...
Why?
Yeah, his emerald.
Why does the Riddler want to flood the town and kill all these people and then kill all the people in Madison Square Garden?
Yeah,
Why? The last act is garbage.
It felt tacked on.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, we haven't enough superheroes.
Yeah, he needs to be more superhero-y. It's a bit too grim and gritty.
Because it just makes no sense. Why does he want to flood the place? Like,
He went-
he's taken the bad apples, exposed the corruption, and it's like, and now I'm just going to flood and kill the innocent.
Yeah.
What?
Super villain.
Where did that come from? And the stupid under the rug with his map, that was a bit much for me. Now, if it was played of... Like, why does he have this under there? Because if it was played more like of an ego, like, yes, this is my plan, you didn't get it, Batman.
That's what
No,
was
but
missing
I think
for
he
me.
was saying at the Arkham, he's like, he wanted Batman on his side. He thought Batman would be with him.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's when the movie
And that's when
dies.
Batman's like, no, I'm not with you. That's when he went all, you know.
Yes, yes.
I think that was the point. He wanted Batman on his side. He thought Batman would be.
So he's
Part
planning
of
to
him.
show Batman is under the carpet? This month.
I don't know.
Like, that's going to help you win him on his side? Crazy man with you.
The Riddler stuff I was not a fan of.
It was missing the ego because Riddler's all about the big ego.
I think he had the ego. He just misplaced, sort of.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
characterized properly. I think the
No.
ego was there.
Yeah, it was
It
there,
was there.
but
It's just not.
I want him gloating and
Yes.
telling Batman, "Hey, you're
I
not."
think he was
Yeah.
sort of gloating when he was integrating him. He was saying Bruce Wayne a lot, but he wasn't sort of, you know, saying that I know you're Bruce Wayne. I'm
But
not-
then he's not, but I don't think he does know. Because that's... at first, I'm like, cool, he knows. I'm down for that, because I like that idea of Riddler knowing, but not caring, because it's the game. Because, he's like, the mask, and right, he's saying Bruce Wayne's name. But then he turns and it's like, no, I don't think he does know who Bruce Wayne is.
I think...
And then it's like, oh, we're going to be partners. And the movie just goes in the garbage. Like, it's... That scene is where it just...
Yeah. Yeah.
Up until then, it was so good. No, I had issues. But all in all, like, this is a pretty good movie. Until then there's another 45 minutes or an hour or whatever of garbage. That made no sense to the rest of his... Why does he want to murder half the city?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. That does not make sense.
That's a riddle.
Hey?
And, like, the whole... okay. Can we also get into the stupidness? Alright, so they flood the city. So the safety point is Madison Square Garden.
Which is a bowl.
Yes. So that's a great idea. The water's going to come in and go down. We're going to put all these people in a sinkhole. Just because it's going to make a cool fight scene. With the scoreboard being the catwalks. And he's got all the gunmen up there because all of a sudden it's, conspiracy nuts and government against you people.
On one hand, I like the fact that he had henchmen, essentially.
Yeah.
Because you don't see henchmen anymore in movies.
Followers is not a bad idea either because of what he was showing.
Yeah.
But why do these people shoot these people? Why do they want to shoot these people? It's not like it was all government officials. Like, it was come people in, safety. It just makes no sense at the end. And you know what, one of my other scenes that I hated?
What's that?
The funeral. Oh, that whole funeral scene was ridiculous and unbelievable from the get-go. Bruce Wayne just rocks up. I'm sorry, but the mayor's dead. It's the mayor's funeral. And they just rock up and give their keys to the valet. Right at the front. Like, there'd be security. That's not happening. Not happening. Set up, for people who haven't seen it. You got giant stairs up to this church.
I don't think it was a church. I think it was like town hall or something.
That's what I thought, but inside it looks like a church. I don't know.
Clearly.
I don't think it was a church. Anyway. Because it wasn't like a cathedral church looking. It was not
But what is
churchy
that building
looking.
otherwise? Inside. It's clearly a church, right? I understand what you mean. Outside does not look very churchy.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think it was, that's why I don't think it was
In
a
the
church.
interior, it looked very Gothic cathedral.
Yeah, but
But not on the outside. Yeah,
but
it was
could
weird.
have been set up, But have you seen old freaking government buildings and stuff? They look like that.
It was a bit too ornate for that, I feel.
Have you seen big
Yeah.
buildings from that time? They look like that.
Yeah.
But, like, what is this big room?
It could have been just cleared out. It could have been.
See,
No,
it's
whatever.
clearly a church.
I don't know.
But anyway, he gets in there and there's, oh no, is this guy the Riddler? Is this guy the Riddler or whatever? He's just Bruce Wayne. And then the new mayor comes up and just harasses him for being a rich kid that doesn't spend any money on anything. And like, who are you, lady? Get away from me. I will do whatever I want.
I'm going to stare at this kid.
Oh, right, yeah. And then, all of a sudden, a car comes. How does that car get in there?
Up those stairs?
Up
Yeah.
the stairs, past all the,
All the
there's
cops.
police and stuff, and his car.
There's a barricade.
And now, if the movie was being more comic booky, I ignore this.
Yeah,
'cause
exactly,
it's
you'll
comic
suspend
book
it.
bullshit,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But you try and be real, and a car just comes out of nowhere, comes up these stairs, through the place, crashes there. Everyone's just standing around.
There are people that are right next to the door that are just like,
No one moves until Who's got a bomb? Run! Oh, we're all running now. It was terrible. That was so bad. So bad. You know the other things I think is stupid?
Oh yes, another one.
Excellent. The club. The club is cool. And the scenes where Batman goes to the club that first time, or both times, and it's like with the twins, and that was cool, and he beating the shit out of the dudes in there, that was cool, and the whole club was cool. But the club is packed. There's like 1,000 people in this joint. There's not a single thing out, and I get it's an underground club, but you never see anyone entering, or like if there's that many people, there's a line to get in there. Where they like the street is bare, except for Batman or Catwoman when she comes out, or the DA whose car is just parked right there. Like you couldn't have him walk around the corner to the like. Why is his car parked out the front? There ain't a soul. You go to the club about 3 times, and there's nothing outside.
There's always a taxi going by there.
It's a cutoff. Once you're in, you're in. That's it. Well, I mean, like, it's entry cutoff.
When?
But there has
I
to
don't
be people
know.
leaving, I guess, right?
Exactly. Like
Couples
I get
getting
what
lucky,
they were trying to
you
do,
know.
but it's just it makes no sense. Like even if it just wasn't as packed, it was just how packed it was. Instantly, I was like, whoa.
Maybe that's the back entrance.
Oh, maybe I don't know, but it just
Yeah.
Like if it's a public club, then the dignitaries and stuff wouldn't come out through that entrance. That's why the car's parked there. I would say that's the back entrance.
yeah, maybe.
Because why that's sort of guarded. That's
But
why.
even then, it just still looks so desolate and so lifeless when there's so many things inside.
There's
Yeah,
no people
well-
standing out there smoking or...
Yeah, that's why.
There's
I
no
read it.
life.
That's
to
why
it.
it would be probably the back entrance.
Yeah.
Because all that stuff would be in the front.
But it's a street.
I think it's like the back street. It's like it's.
Well, it's got the signage at the front, actually.
Yeah.
Iceberg. At the front.
It's just poor. It's just poor. It's just poor. It's just poor.
How about... Yeah, what was that? Something
I
else?
just like the problem is it was just so frustrating because there's so many good elements that I did like, and there's a few like that early on I didn't like that. I was like, that makes no sense, but whatever. I don't like that, but whatever. But then the end is just rubbish. Just rubbish.
Yeah, I agree that the end kind of dropped it for me. But yeah, I was liking the 2/3 of the movie
Yeah.
before then. And not really the tone, but I guess maybe the structure and what was happening. I got some like film noir vibes at the beginning, like Batman's kind of like a private detective. He shows up on the crime scene, and all the cops are like, What's he doing here? He shouldn't be here. He goes to the club, he punches his way through the club, he talks to the club owner, and there's a femme fatale over there that's looking at him, and he looks at her. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
But then it got weird at the end, with Riddler just twirling his mustache and blowing up people for no reason.
No reason.
Yeah.
No reason. At all. I don't know.
Oh, can we talk about the Joker scene?
Ah!
Oh, that was bad.
That was the most unnecessary thing I think I've ever seen in film.
Yeah.
Oh, you should have seen Steph. She like slunk down in her chair. She was like this.
Like, so unnecessary.
And it was just cringy.
Yeah.
Why would you have Joker when you have Riddler there? You know?
Like, Joker's been locked up in Arkham, and he's talking to Riddler in the cell.
The cell next door.
Yeah. And it's like a dude caked in, like, prosthetic,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That you can't really see.
Yeah.
So you're like, what's the point? Like, at least just have it as voice is what I
Yeah.
think they should have done. Like, the scene shouldn't exist.
Yeah, voice.
But at the very most, just, it's a door with a number. And you,
You hear a laugh.
yeah,
And
no?
that should be enough, you know? But
The laugh was terrible.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it reminded me of another thing I hated. Or not
Oh,
hated,
yes.
but it just made no sense. He catches the Riddler.
Oh, yeah.
Catches the Riddler. And the Riddler instantly is taken to Arkham.
Yeah.
That's just not how it works.
The same night, right? It was the same night.
Yeah. Why would you take him to Arkham? He'd be straight into GCPD. One, you got to process and whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's no hint that he's... Like, he would be treated as a criminal first, and then he'd be getting looked at and assessed, maybe. But there's nothing there to necessarily go, oh, wait, he's going to be... needs mental facilities.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously crazy, but not... Why is he in Arkham
Well,
straight
yeah,
away?
There's a
you'd
process.
want to
There's a process
Identify him at
Yeah.
first, or maybe
Yeah.
get some prints. So.
100%. And now maybe this all happened, but geez, nights are long over there.
It's
And that reminds me of another one that was stupid. Another one that was stupid.
We'll be here all night, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
mate. Honestly. 10 out of 10 IGN, please. Shit, there was some stupid stuff in this movie. And that was my problem. Like, I was liking it, but then it just became, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. I don't like that. And by the end, I was just, this movie's garbage. Which is probably harsh, but too many strikes. Come on. Batman. Blows up. The bomb blows up in Batman's face.
Oh,
No
yes.
scratch, no
We were
scratch.
talking about this. Yes.
So Batman then is at the police station. No EMTs, just 40 coppers in a room. Nobody's taken his mask off yet. Not at the funeral or whatever it is, where you would take it off there. He's been taken back. There's all these coppers in the room before finally someone's like, let's have him take his mask off. That would happen either one, duty of care medically. Like, he's unconscious for clearly a while to get him from here to wherever.
They're going to make sure he's not injured, right? Yeah.
At least that, if not straight away, who's Batman? And then they want to take it off, and then Jim Gordon's like, no. And Batman's fighting them off. And there's like 40 coppers in this room. I know Batman's a badass and got all this training or whatever, but no.
It doesn't matter how much training you have. If there's 20 people, 10 people.
Yes. And then...
At the same time, they're not taking turns to fight you. They're going to take you down.
Yes. And then Gordon convinces them, like, no, let me talk to him. It's going to be okay. You know, we won't take his mask off or whatever. So they all leave, and there's Batman Gordon. And so Batman punches him to get away. And then he runs, and he just runs first. And then, and the cops are just running around shooting like crazy in this place. Again, like, if that's a comic booky sort of movie,
Yeah.
if there's a more Marvel sort of style, I don't care, right? Like, because it's bullshit. But if you're trying to be real and so real, and it's just not real.
It's like half the precinct just filling out paperwork for shooting their
Yes.
guns after that. Because you do.
And nobody
do that.
shoots anything.
Yeah.
Like, a stormtrooper's got better aim than these coppers. Oh, mate. Garbage.
And he's not going up fast either.
No!
So what would you give it out of 10?
Oh, it's a hard one, Dave.
Okay. Then?
Pass. I said if it ended when they arrested Riddler, right? If it ended there, 8 out of 10.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Maybe even a 9. Well, actually, no, not a 9. 8.
Yeah, I'd go 8. But it didn't end there.
No, it kept going.
And everything that kept going was just nothing but garbage. A 5. I can't, and that's me pushing it, to be honest, because there's a lot of good stuff. I don't want to be too unfair. Trying to be fair here, people.
You spent 20 minutes bitching about
Yes. 5. I'm 5.
Yeah, I'm not
Because
sure.
most of the actors are great and their roles are great. So 5. A low 5.
Yeah, I was thinking 5 or 6.
So I can't go more than 5.
But it's
Go
weird
half.
because I feel like I didn't fucking hate it as much as you did carrying on just now.
Yes.
So I'm like, is it 5
No,
right?
you can carry on and bitch and stuff about it. You can still like something.
Yeah.
But you can just,
No, but I just don't think.
You like it more than me, clearly.
Yeah, I feel like I like it more than
Yeah.
you, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I don't know.
At the same time,
I make some good points.
Making good points.
Yeah,
I make some good points.
I agree with basically everything.
Yeah, right?
Oh god, I don't know.
and I can see what your point and stuff.
100%.
I still liked it.
Because I see what people like, because all the things that are good are really good.
Yeah.
And like stuff like that, I can just
It's
gloss
got
over
too
'cause
many,
it's-
though, for me.
Yeah, it's
right?
realistic, but it's still comic books.
Yeah.
You can have both. You can have both.
I reckon you can have both if it's consistent. I felt like it was inconsistent. Like if you pick a place and you stay there, cool. But I felt like this went back and forth a bit.
One last bitch bit, Dave. You know,
Yeah.
this was probably the final nail in the coffin. Right, end of the movie, they've beaten all the bad guys. They saved the city. Well, not saved the city, but whatever.
No man's land.
Yeah. So Catwoman and Batman, they had their goodbye. Both on motorbikes up in this mausoleum. How'd they get the bikes up there? But anyway, so they
They
had
rode
their...
that same way they went up there.
Up the stairs.
Yeah. So they had their
Motorbikes
goodbye.
downstairs.
Fine.
Yeah.
And then we get to watch them ride away for 10 minutes.
Oh,
It
that
felt like.
was. Oh my
It was probably
god.
about 2 minutes, but
It wasn't even that long, Dave.
it was at least 90 seconds.
No.
Which is a long time on film.
Any
It was like a minute, Dave.
no sexual tension at the end?
Oh, there'd be sexual tension from the get-go. It was a
Yeah,
bit...
but like at the end, you know?
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like a
Yeah, no,
goodbye
she wanted him
kiss
to
or
go with
something?
him.
Yeah.
She went to Bloodhaven. She wanted to go with him. For him to go with
But
that.
like full just they're riding along
With
next
some
to each
peaceful
other.
music in the
yeah,
background.
get to a fork in the road.
And then she turns
One
that
goes
way.
right, one
They
goes-
fast
yeah.
and furious.
Yes.
Oh, that was bad, man.
After we already had the goodbye. And this was exactly the thing. Like everything is just too drawn out. Like this was unnecessary. So well, the whole last hour or whatever was unnecessary. But that was just final nail in coffin. That this movie is garbage. Garbage.
That was, yeah, that was.
And because then, like, he turns, and you're like, fine, like, he turns. And then, not only... But then he's still looking at her in the rear vision mirror. I'm like, Jesus Christ! I think I said to Fommy, just play the credits. Let's go. And then people clapped. And I'm like, dead set, they better be clapping because it's over. Because otherwise, it's not a clap-worthy movie. Clapping in movies is terrible anyway.
Yeah.
Don't clap at the movies.
Hey,
I agree with that.
Hey,
It's not
guys.
a fucking play.
They can't hear you.
Yeah.
It's not
You know
a
that?
play.
You're not even a
Yes.
projectionist anymore. But,
So
my
Robert-
God, it was not a clap-worthy thing. Yeah, some things I can understand people are just
Excited.
in the moment,
Yeah.
but this was not that at all.
No,
See,
there's
your
only-
opinions are very much in the minority. It's very well like.
It's because
across
people
the
are
board.
sheep.
Sure.
Sheeple.
It's true. People also tell you Dark Knight's great. And that was rubbish too. This is better than that, maybe. But
Well,
not as
which
good as
one?
Batman Begins.
Dark Knight Rises.
I better than both of them.
Yeah. Okay.
But nowhere near as good as Batman Begins. Batman Begins, by far, that everything this was doing, better.
I agree.
And it's not perfect,
Yeah.
but better.
Because you had, even in Dark Knight, Batman's got this advanced crazy armor. He gets shot with a pistol because it doesn't work 100% of the time. Because that's just,
Life.
yeah.
Science.
And he's not wearing science. Yeah, science goes well with Dark Knight where he's using that Gatling gun for forensic
All right.
shit.
let's get sort of go off of that.
Yes.
Do you know where Gotham is
What?
in DC? Do you know where Gotham is?
In New York?
No.
What do you mean?
Is it
In the
one
DC
side?
universe,
Yeah.
Gotham, geographically in US is Jersey.
I would say shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
yeah.
Metropolis is
New York?
No.
Where?
Delaware.
Why?
That's how it's the DC map. Metropolis is Delaware geographically on the United States.
That makes no sense.
But then
That's
there's a
how-
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that's the movie, man. But I'm talking about in the
Why
comics.
are you trying to
it-
confuse me?
Well, it's
Everybody
the
needs to say
USA,
We need to buy a new chair.
and Gotham has to be somewhere, and it's New Jersey. Metropolis is Delaware. Like Foster City is Chicago. You know, Coast City is California, I think. Yeah, but yeah, I just found that out recently,
Okay.
which is funny to think, is that Gotham is in New Jersey, and Batman's from New Jersey.
Sort of fits. Shit up. A lot of crime.
Like, yeah, Smallville's in Kansas. Smallville's not a real place.
See, but that's a modern thingy because
No,
Gotham.
no, no.
What? Tell me.
From the beginning, it was always Delaware, Jersey.
What do you mean? When show me there was a map in the old days.
I don't have it on me, but yes, it's. I think when it was created, but Gotham was sort of New Jersey.
And Metropolis was Delaware
So what's
I don't
New
believe
York?
that.
What's New York then?
New York.
because they do have the real cities. That's the problem with DC and having fake cities and real cities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that is just an issue.
Prefer that, but whatever.
Oh no, it's silly.
I prefer that because you can do more stuff with a fake city than a real city.
No.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, but why do you have to say where the fake city is?
Because it has to be somewhere on the continental United States. Because it's set in America. It is America, but it's not like
So there isn't a Delaware and there isn't a New Jersey?
Delaware's a state. They're states.
Yeah, I know, but
New Jersey is still there. It's
but
a
it's-
city in New Jersey.
It's like
yeah, but it's got to be taking the place of a city.
yeah, it's
somewhere
So,
else.
no, but
No, no,
it's not
no, no, no,
exists
no.
in that land map.
It's bigger. In the DC Comics, USA is bigger. Because it's not, it's not Earth. It's not, it's comic book Earth.
What is the point of that?
Because it's a comic book. It's not real.
Yeah, but it's like The Simpsons.
So-
You don't find out where they actually are located. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's Springfield.
Yeah, but
like,
that's different.
a
'cause-
higher more, like, you know,
Yeah.
like
So the USA in the DC universe is bigger because of it's got extra cities and stuff.
so
That just seems stupid.
It's a comic
is
book.
there less water?
Probably Earth is bigger too. It's not a real place. It's a fictional place. That's why you can do this stuff.
But then
Why can't it just
why do you
replace,
have-
like,
Yeah, why do you have
Red
the
Bank or
rest
something, right?
You just fixate on his realism bullshit.
Yeah, I am.
It's weird. Like, why
Marvel's
is...
really sick.
I like real.
I don't.
Why do you have
Because you've got
both?
no imagination.
That's right.
No. They don't have any imagination.
No, yes, they do. They made a fictional place.
Yeah, but why do they also have New York then?
Because it's an actual place.
Yeah, but
a bit
it's
redundant,
fiction.
though.
It's a fiction. It's the world.
You can still have real places in the fictional world, Dave.
Oh, this went off the rails.
It's never on. It's never on the rails. Let's talk about even more shit. Your movie of the week, that
They're
Dylan.
trying to deflect.
1 hour and 50 minutes, and now we were only just going to start talking about the film.
I just talked
Flashback.
about half an hour of Batman at least, right?
Yes.
I don't
Just
need
like
to
that
watch
movie
it
goes
now.
forever.
You fucking talking about Gone Forever, your shit movie. I'd rather watch Batman again than your shit
How
movie.
dare you say that about
It's shit.
about?
Actually,
How dare
shit.
you? Can you let me introduce
No,
the
shit.
movie?
I hated it so much, Dylan.
How dare you say that about Prince of Persia: Sands of Time?
Shit.
That was alright.
No, it was garbage. I kept looking
It's
at how
not
long
great,
movies
but
left.
It's fine.
No,
it was average for me.
it was.
This is like some mirror universe stuff happening. This you sound like Jason was sounding just 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, because this movie is actually shit.
It's not like I would say it was good. I would probably never watch it again, but it was fine.
I don't want to
It
watch
was
the
serviceable.
No, it wasn't, man. It was so bad. I hated everything about it.
It was alright.
No.
Ben Kingsley's good. I love that everybody in Persia's English. That was
Even-
good.
Bad 10.
Even Jake Gyllenhaal, who is American,
Yes.
he is now British.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
That was not a bad accent, right?
It was all terrible.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it was not bad.
It was fine.
No.
I thought.
I thought it was fine
I thought
too.
Alfred Molina was a bit much for me. I thought that changed the tone. Like he was a bit too slapsticky for the rest. The rest is pretty serious. Oh, the king's dead. Rah. And then he's just
Yeah.
clown.
Oh,
Ostrich
really
is-
much comic relief.
Ostrich is a suicidal. Okay.
Yeah. That's actual fact.
Yes. No, it was just weird how we brought it up in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, and his whole just I don't want to pay tax thing was a bit much. Like he
whole
was
movie
just a bit. It was like, what's the
Everything's-
deal? It was alright.
No, I did not like it at all.
It's a bit long.
What do you
It's
mean?
so long. I kept pausing like, how long is this shit got left?
What do you
Oh,
mean?
man.
You didn't like the part where Jake Gyllenhaal out loud expositions about how the dagger works?
Yeah, that was good. Like, it's not good, but it's not bad.
It's bad.
It is not bad.
It is bad.
It's just a trashy movie.
For ages, it was the best comic book movie. I'm not comic book movie, video game movie.
That might be the
No.
case.
Mortal Kombat's better than it, okay? But, like,
With video game movies, it's very hard to find like
a good one?
Yeah.
Yes.
But the original
Would
Mortal
you
Kombat
know?
shits on
Because
this
the
like
thing
a...
is,
Oh, yeah,
with-
no, I
much
agree,
Mortal
I
Kombat
agree.
fans.
It's,
our scope is sort of constrained now that we can't pick like good movies of that genre, you know. Except for, we'll get to that in a sec.
Oh, right, yeah.
But
hey,
I don't know. It was just trashy action movie, action adventure movie.
yes.
Not a quality like Indiana Jones level thing, but it was
I
serviceable.
can deal with trashy if it's like fun and, you know, this is not fun. I was... from the beginning, I hated it. I'm like... 10 minutes in, I'm like, how long has this got left?
do you like desert scenes or sand in general?
Yeah.
I like sand.
Depends on the movie, but yeah. I just hated this movie.
Yeah, I think it's not good.
I'd rather watch Double Trouble again than over this.
Oh,
one.
get lost! Get lost!
Serious.
No!
Yeah.
No!
Yes.
No!
That's just
Yeah, I did
yes.
not like this movie at all.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
No.
Alright,
Because it's
man.
not fun and it's not good.
All right, I got one back. Now I have to get
Don't.
like you other three back.
It's like a close one, Dave. But I was,
no, no.
I was trying to think.
I'm taking this. I'm taking this.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
one.
no, I hated this.
Wow.
Mind blown. I don't understand.
Yes,
I
yes,
cannot compute that.
No.
I'll give it. Probably 5.5. It's an average movie for me.
Yeah, I'll give it 6.
The
I'll
only
give it more than
bit-
Batman.
The only bit difference was
I wasn't offended by it.
the last bit where they actually get the dagger again, and it's like, oh, okay, you're going around again. Okay, fair enough. Like, I didn't expect that bit, but
And I'll say in his defense, it was trying to be very much like a video game, right? Like this. Yeah. You know, you got some mini bosses, and you got the big final thing. It's trying to do his jumping over stuff. And,
Yeah.
It was trying to do the game stuff.
Oh, doing Assassin's Creed like crazy.
Well, this was first.
Let me mention the WWE sort of shots, like at the beginning. They didn't stay on the scene for more than 3 seconds.
The snap cuts and
Man, like
editing on.
Oh well, I could tell it was Jerry Bruckheimer before the
And like the,
name, right?
like the frame rate drops when it's like
The frame rate doesn't drop.
when
Looks all the same, bro.
no hey when it's on
Kids these
him
days.
and it's in slow mo and it's all stuttery. Does that help you?
No.
Yeah, no, I noticed that.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
No.
Slow mo.
I
No.
remember slow mo.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's a fail.
Okay.
I think it's because I was like doing stuff on the side when I was watching it, and that sort of probably eased the hurt a bit.
Yeah,
Don't listen to him. It wasn't bad.
It was terrible.
No, it wasn't.
It's a fail.
No.
Fail.
What is your rating, Nitin?
Fail.
Yeah, he tells me he's only going to be pass or fails now.
What?
No,
Pass or fail?
no, you can't do that. You can't do
Why
that.
not? All
You've
right,
got to
one.
be out of 10.
One?
One.
Yeah, beautiful, done.
That's a fail.
Beautiful. Wait, what did you rate Double Trouble?
2.
Good.
Jesus
It is a
Christ.
very close one.
Good.
though.
This,
No
is,
way,
this is on
right.
tape. This
No
is on
way.
tape.
I don't care.
This
I
is
hated
recorded.
This movie.
Dude,
And I will punish you for this, Dylan.
Oh, I can't. Oh,
I
can't believe
give
it.
it a 6.
Nah.
I can't believe you give it.
Garbage. The amount of times I had to stop and see how long this freaking movie had left.
That is
Because
a
I just
note.
kept
like,
not.
Oh, for sure.
If you
It's
have
way
to-
too long. I'm like, I
100%.
hate this.
Well, 100%, because like Double Trouble, instantly I was like, oh, I don't think I can sit through this.
Yeah, no, I understand. Like, I'm.
Yeah, like instantly.
The amount
So
of
I
times.
do understand what you mean.
Yeah, the amount of times you have to look at the movie and go, how much?
Yeah,
how
for
long's
sure.
left
And when I
is
say I
like
watch
a
Double
measure
Trouble,
of how
I'll
bad.
have it on the background while I do stuff.
obviously.
Over having Prince of Persia on in the background while I'm doing stuff.
This is a victory for me. This is great. This is great.
Take it, Dave. Fuck.
Wow.
I'll
Shit.
take it. I'll run with it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'd probably give it a. Now I'm thinking about Batman, and I like this more than Batman, probably.
Yeah.
Like just overall enjoyment.
like I said,
yeah.
It's right. Batman offended me. This didn't
Exactly,
offend me.
like stuff
This
happening in
didn't annoy
Batman.
me. It was just.
That's why you know their
Fine.
taste is garbage because they're like this over there.
It was just because I care more about Batman, so I'm gonna be
Yes.
more critical. This was just like it's just action movies.
6.5.
Yeah.
I give it a 0.5 over Batman.
Trash.
You know what to say about
Trash
trash?
movies.
One man's trash is another man's treasure. Isn't that right?
Still trash.
Yes,
Trash.
that is true.
It
It is true.
All right, Dave,
Yes.
you are up next.
Before we all get punished by Nitin here next week,
Yes.
Oh,
I'll
no.
give you a masterpiece.
Here we go.
Oh god.
It's available on Amazon Prime,
Yes.
and it's Street Fighter, the animated movie.
Ah,
it's on
good.
Prime.
Hmm?
It's on Prime?
Yeah, just looked
Oh.
up
Oh,
up during the
beautiful.
podcast.
Excellent,
I'm
excellent.
pretty sure it's on there. Maybe censored on there, I'm not sure, but try to watch
What-
the uncensored version.
What's censored?
You will see. Have you seen it?
Oh, is it the shower bit?
Yeah,
Probably the
Okay.
shower bit, yeah.
that'd be weird.
I watch scenes from this all the time, especially
The shower
Veilon
bit?
v Ryu. That's an
It's great. It's
excellent
perfect.
fight.
It's.
And then you see Violent Ken, and it's great. It's just great.
Did you see those AEW Street Fighter figures, Dave? You gonna buy them?
Yeah.
Ugh,
he's
no,
not.
I can't.
They look garbage.
I can't.
The
Like, the
Fighter
shirt
ones,
looks
yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
'Cause
some
they actually
of
had
their
Street
figures are
Fighter
great, some of the
characters.
figures are terrible.
I'm not gonna
so,
buy.
I know they're just this like
Yeah.
their consistency is very up and
Like, I'm
down.
not gonna buy all of them. I'm buying a bunch of them. But
But I think
Some look amazing, some look ugh.
yeah. So with the movie, I think they actually filmed did it at more than 30 frames a second, just to keep it so smooth and that.
Oh, okay, cool.
So like the animation quality is excellent.
Because usually with animation, it's like 24.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. So
24.
this one I think was over 30.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Interesting.
I'm not seeing it on Amazon Prime, Dave.
Okay, well.
I think it may have been to rent on Amazon Prime.
I don't know. I looked at it. It's possible, but yeah.
We'll find it.
Oh, cool.
I got it on DVD.
I do have
Yeah.
the DVD.
Yeah, I
so
got
Yes,
it.
I got it somewhere.
yeah,
Okay.
I have to find it.
it's great.
I guess too
Take
bad for the viewers and the listeners. They just find it for themselves.
Oh, you should have it on DVD.
Run into your JB and go buy it.
It's worth it. It's great. I'll be looking
It's
forward to watching
great.
that.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than Prince of Persia, I'll tell you that.
Oh, 100%.
It's not. It's not.
And like
easy.
1,000 times better than Batman.
I mean, it's not difficult. Like, is that what I meant to say? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Prince of Persia so garbage.
Hey, it's Street Fighter now.
I'd rather watch the live action Street Fighter over the goddamn Prince of Persia again. No, I hate that movie too.
Live action Street Fighter is a cult classic.
It's garbage too, but
No,
I'd rather watch
it
that
is a
over
cult
goddamn Prince of
classic.
Persia.
Cult classic is another word for most people didn't like it.
Yeah.
And
But
Nothing.
Do
And
you know
nothing.
anybody that likes it?
what?
The Street Fighter live action movie.
Yeah, I know some people that fucking like that.
Really?
Shit.
Like legit or like a in an ironic way.
Like, oh, I like The Room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think more not in an ironic, but it's like because like
So bad it's good.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to like about
Like
it.
No, it's not even-
it's a good bad movie. Sort of like the
no,
first,
no.
sort of
I
like
think
the
it's
first
just
Mortal
bad.
Kombat, you know.
No,
that's good.
That's just a good movie. It's
No,
legit.
I'm picking the second one, maybe.
Dare you?
Second one's garbage.
Oh, that's bad.
It's not even good
Yeah, I'm
bad.
picking the second one.
Yeah.
That's not.
but
you sure?
but that's
I have to watch it again.
it's
you
better
guys
than
pick it.
Street Fighter because it's just a different type of bad Street Fighter.
Yeah,
It's got no redeemable qualities.
and mainly because I don't like them. I don't understand why they did it. Making Gar the main,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like that.
What? Making Guile goddamn
Van
Van
Damme.
Damme.
Okay, so I don't know too much about Street Fighter, but I do know that Guile is meant to be the most American person
Yes.
on the
Yeah.
planet, right?
Sort of the point.
Yeah.
And you got this guy who can't even speak English properly
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
playing Guile.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
Goddamn
but
Kylie,
Jean-Claude
no,
Van Damme's
that's
been
terrible.
known to play like characters that like
The only good is Bison's alright. He's
out of his scope.
Raul Julia.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, and it's a pity. It's like one of his last movies.
Chun-Li, hello.
She's fine.
Meanwhile?
Yeah, she's fine. She is.
I don't like how Kenneria sort of.
Yeah, I
played
hated that.
live action.
Yeah.
But
This is
we're
just-
not
Yeah, yeah,
talking
yeah.
about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
live action.
No,
This
no.
is the animated movie.
That's
A
a
good
good
one.
Yeah, the good one.
This is good.
Okay.
Why?
I guess that'll do
I'm
us.
comfortable
Yeah,
with
well,
that.
it's to coincide with the announcement of Street Fighter 6.
Oh yeah.
So, 5 was meh.
Was that the
It
game
got good towards the end, but
that released incomplete, right? That game?
all games released incomplete. Yeah, but that one released incomplete.
That's true.
Dead set, but Street Fighter 6, but it's still like the 36th game they've put
Yeah,
out. Like,
Oh,
because
yeah.
you've got Super Street
Yeah,
Fighter, Super
it's
Street
so
Fighter
weird.
Turbo,
Alpha.
yeah.
Championship Edition.
It's
whatever.
so weird. It's
Yeah,
so
all the
weird.
extra because they knew that was good.
It was DLC
then-
before DLC, right?
Yeah.
Here's a couple more characters. $50. All right, thank you for joining us this week. We'll
Go
be
watch the
back.
Batman, even though I bitch about it for half an hour. Make your own decision.
It's good.
And then I'll tell you you're wrong.
We'll
Yeah.
see you next week.
Bye.
You'll probably like it.
Ciao.
Don't put words in their mouth.
I'll take it.
Thoughts in their brains.